My fantasy football name. College football is better.
God, that's so bad. It's just
in the first segment of the show, we talked a little bit about the wide receiver and some of the biggest challenges. And one of those is, of course, maybe not a challenge. It is a challenge to replace Rashee Rice, but it's a question mark as well. But given that Rashee Rice is not going to be available for the first 6 games, what is the plan in your mind going forward? Who do you think needs to step up? Is this something that, like we talked about a little bit, maybe Andy Reid adjusts some of the game planning and Matt Nagy does just to try to cope with not having a Rashee Rice level replacement? What do you think the plan is for this first 6 weeks, and notably really, game 1, of course, on Friday, but going forward for the entirety of the suspension?
I mean, I think that's the question, right? There's lots of options, which is what's great about the Chiefs roster, the depth that they've acquired over this last offseason.
A healthy wide receiver room is
healthy-ish.
Relatively.
That's where I was getting to. It's great to have all those pieces, and the depth is there, and that what leads the question marks. Is it Travis Kelce in that tight end room that might be the deepest and best tight end room overall in the National Football League? Like, really? Likely in Andrews? Dude, Noah Gray and Robert Tonyan, and if Jared Wiley is anything at all, like that's 4 tight ends right there. We'll see what the running back room is. Doesn't get me excited. But Jalen Royals was my big take this offseason about being a Rashee Rice insurance plan, because he's Rashee Rice, right? He's a half inch shorter, 10 inches or 10 pounds bigger, and great route runner, yards after the catch, a hell of an athlete, sure hands. Mm-hmm. That's what you want for a Rashee underneath routes. But without him, I mean, I think it's a combination of Juju Smith-Schuster, Hollywood Brown. I think everyone has to step up, but I think Xavier Worthy is the number 1 wide receiver in this offense. Like, there's no question. Travis Kelce will have a big 6 weeks. Like, he'll have to kind of get ready to go a little bit, and then he can get on the load management route once Rashee Rice gets back. But I think for the first 6 weeks, it's going to be more regular snap counts that you've seen in the past, rather than hopefully what we get him on later on, which is like kind of want him Ray Allen Miami Heat numbers, right? You want him coming on, hitting corner threes, having the best plays for him when he's fresh and ready to go, and when you need him in the game. That's what you want Travis Kelce to be this season. First month and a half, though, I think he'll be doing a lot of those Rashee Rice routes. So him and Xavier Worthy are the guys. I mean, I don't really see any other options. Tyquan Thornton pick up slack, Hollywood Brown pick up slack, but those are the 2 guys.
You think it's a more it's a by committee sort of deal, but obviously, the big 2 are going to have to step up. I agree with that. I think that because Tyquan Thornton doesn't really fit the mold of what Rashee Rice is. It feels like, to me, it feels like Juju is that guy more than it is even Jalen Royals. Because not that Jalen Royals can't be a good wide receiver, but I'm a little hesitant to say Jalen Royals is the guy that can eventually replace those snaps just because, I mean, we've seen rookies do well, but how the Chiefs kind of have done things previously with wide receivers, it makes me think that, look, Rashee and Xavier Worthy are first and second round talents. Jalen Royals was picked in the 4th round. Good talent, obviously, as we know, but I don't think we can expect him ever to fill the void like Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy did each of the last 2 seasons. That's where I think having a guy like Juju in the room is so big, where at first, like for Friday, I think it would be a by committee, but it'll be Travis Kelce featured, Xavier Worthy featured. I think Juju is going to get a good amount of playing time just from the standpoint of he knows Patrick Mahomes. They've got a rapport. Also, he fits more of what style of player Rashee Rice is. Maybe by the time we get to week 5 or 6, though, we do see Jalen Royals start to pick things up a little bit more in the offense. He's out there a little bit longer. He's able to provide a little bit more of a boost from a wide receiver 3, wide receiver 4 standpoint when they're in the gun as well. But, I think that for the wide receivers, Juju, I think, is the guy that I'm looking for on Friday. More than anybody else. As far as the plan overall, I agree with you, though. It's going to be a Travis Kelce, a Hollywood Brown, Xavier Worthy, by committee sort of thing. Mahomes will spread the ball out. I don't want to say Brashard Smith.
Yeah,
but I think him being involved in the passing game, that's something that I liked the prospect of. But based on what we've seen in the preseason, that shouldn't be an expectation.
No, he's a really fun later in the season getting ready for the playoff stretch.
A random
into
package.
the playoffs. That's going to be fun. He'll be ready. But you know the way rookies work in the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
Like that's
Which is
going
why I'm
to take
hesitant on
time.
Jalen Royals being right now. I get what you're saying that you like him. I think we're more likely to see him. I don't know if he's going to be involved very much on Friday.
I agree.
I
On
think
this
it'll
week,
be
yes.
like week 5 or 6.
Well, he won't be involved. He's not going to play this week. But yeah,
Week 5 or 6 is where he's not going to be Xavier Worthy or Rashee Rice, where he's helping carry the torch, but he'll be involved. I think more. He should be. Otherwise, we're going to start to question.
my hope is
A little bit.
My hope is
Maybe.
the first 3 weeks. No, I don't think you will because again, it is so slow. This process is slow, and it is aggravatingly
Especially
slow.
when the room is really good. Like, the room is good. So
room's good,
There's
the
no
room's
reason
deep.
for him to. There's no reason for him to get high quality reps right now because
Yeah, there isn't, dude. Like he is what we know Rashee Rice already is. Like that's what we hope Jalen Royals is. And the one way to know if that's what he actually can be and has the potential for is put it on the field. Put tape on the field. Let's see it in film. Let's see it against maybe not the Chargers, maybe not the Eagles, but week 3 against the Giants on Sunday Night Football. Like I want that to be like my hope is the first 2 or 3 weeks of the season. It's Juju Smith-Schuster, right? Like you said, like him running those Rashee Rice routes, underneath stuff. Hopefully some yak. Thing we forget about Juju, he's 28 years old. Like people act like he's 32 and it's over. He had some rough injuries,
knees,
changed his
man, the
career.
knees.
Yes, the knees are not there, but like he's 28. I'm hoping we can get a 500-yard season out of Juju Smith-Schuster this year. That would be awesome. Had 200-something last year. But by week 3, week 4, on until week 6, week 7, when Rashee Rice is back, that would be a great 3 or 4 week stretch for Jalen Royals to have some serious usage. Like, let's get him in some screen passes. Like, remember Rashee Rice a couple of years ago? How they really started to implement him into the offense was, hey, here's a little screen pass. You're gonna have 2 blockers in front of you. Read the gap, and let's hope you get 8 or 9 yards. And he'd sometimes turn it into 15. Or hey, here's a little slant route for 4 yards. If you beat that corner off the angle, like you're gone for 15. Like that's what we need Jalen Royals to do a little bit of. But I think you're right. I don't think it's at the beginning of the season, which sucks. Part of that's his injury. Part of that's just it's the Chiefs.
I will say this about Rashee Rice before we get to something that JT just texted us, and I'll let you say it, JT, here in a minute.
Oh,
for Rashee Rice, he had to take the suspension and do the first 6 because if he'd have fought it, all of a sudden I know she was lenient with Deshaun Watson, but who's to say she's going to be lenient with Rashee? Let's say she says, "Oh, it's going to be 8 games." All of a sudden there's an appeal and it's a mess. It is a cloud. It is a distraction over the Chiefs, and it's a constant thing that would be brought up on a regular basis. Now we know what it is. There's no questions asked. Rashee Rice will be out the first 6 games. You get it out, wipe your hands clean, it's done.
Yeah.
You get to ride out the rest of the season and get the offense ready to go for the playoffs. You don't have to worry about, well, we got the first 4, then we have to figure out the offense without him. Then when he's back again,
yes,
get the first 6 games done, get it out of the way, and then from there on,
rip the Band-Aid off, bro.
yeah, you're able to build all the way up for when Chiefs fans know
dude.
the season actually matters and begins, which is playoff time.
If you go, I mean, this won't happen because it's the Chiefs, but even if you do go 3-3 to start the season, which would be, I feel like sky would be falling here in Kansas City.
I have a question for you and for everybody who's listening coming up in the Chiefs Red Half Hour around this kind of theory.
Okay, I'm excited. If that happens, like, you're getting a number 1 wide receiver. It's like you're trading for a number 1 wide receiver right in the middle of the season when you get Rashee Rice. So even if you do start 3-3, 4-2, which again, come on, guys, that's not happening. You're getting Rashee Rice back after that. Nah, it's not happening. No, of course not. No, come on. I don't know how long we need to show you. I'm excited for the Chiefs Red Half Hour now. I already was, but boy, lather me up. JT, what do we got? Come on, buddy.
I would be totally fine with a 4-2 record, just to be clear.
I would be too.
I think
3-3.
I think you should be at 4-2.
Okay.
You should be happy with that.
But
You should be, Cincinnati.
the
You'd
people-
hope for 4-2 to start
I'm
your
not worried
season.
about them
the people
right
that
now.
need to step up on the Chiefs offense are the veterans. Juju Smith-Schuster, Travis Kelce.
Okay, yeah.
Those guys that have been around Patrick Mahomes, they
Pacheco?
need to step up.
Noah Gray?
Noah Gray, Pacheco, those
Okay.
guys that have been around.
Yeah,
Even
love
maybe even Kareem Hunt. We just need to see the veteran leadership step up while you're missing someone. That's what you need in a football team. Now, the news that broke, I wouldn't say it's like major news, but it is not NFL news. It is the Royals have placed Jonathan India on the 10-day IL. So that makes sense on why they brought up. 3 players like yesterday. You get 2 openings. You brought up 3. Everyone was wondering why. Well, Jonathan India has been placed on the 10-day IL, retroactive to August 30th because of a left wrist sprain. So I don't remember when he necessarily hurt the wrist. I don't know if he got hit on the hand by any chance, but India's on the IL. We talked about Carter being called up. Cags is called up, and then Avila has also been called up.
And obviously Cags an injury designation, so not really counting for a roster spot there. So really the 2 additions, Jensen and Avila. So, okay, let's talk about this. Well, let's do college football later. Let's do some roles because I've got some thoughts on this. So, like, first off, my first thought is, Drew, that's disappointing just from a trade perspective. Like, if you go hindsight 2020, I think still trading Brady Singer was the right choice, and I'm not trying to diss that decision at all. But, man, kind of wanted more for Jonathan India this season for the Royals. This sucks. I know it was a lot of injuries, a lot of bangs, a lot of bruises, but it never felt like he had a rhythm. Felt like there were some flashes of him when he was batting 5th and 6th and 7th, but leadoff, the Royals were supposed to get a sure-handed leadoff guy who could help on defense, and it felt like they never really got that. So that's disappointing for him and for the Royals for a first-season acquisition. But as far as the Jensen and Cags thing goes, I mean, it's good. It's hopeful. I'm not ready to be disappointed again. I'm sure some of you Royals fans are, but
Dusty.
Yeah, Dusty's come on, let's go, Cags. Come on, Carter Jensen, top prospect. I'm more of the old head, like Bob Fesco, think of like, that's all an idea. That's all fun to think about.
You're saying pump the brakes.
Let's pump the brakes. This is a team that's hopefully trying to go towards the playoffs. But, yeah, man, disappointing for the India thing.
My question for both of you, because it kind of goes towards both of Cags and India.
Yes,
please. Do you think that India had so much pressure on him being the leadoff spot, being traded to be a leadoff batter, that he might have overthought everything and put too much pressure in overswinging and stuff, and that's what happened
100%.
Today? Or, well, this season, not today.
Well, this season. Yeah. I mean, 100%. It felt like he was in his head all year. It felt like there was way too much going on, not just from like analytics, oh, this is what I need to hit, oh, this is my VORP or whatever. Like, no, it just felt like there was, pressure internally from him. Yeah. I agree, JT. Yeah.
And I think that's what happened with Cags in a sense, too. Oh, you get 100%. Called up, and guess what? All the pressure's on you. And we try to say, oh, the pressure's not. But there was pressure on him.
He's not the prophet. He's not the solution. He's not the second coming of, but it was like it all did kind of happen. Yeah. It did happen, and he wasn't any of that. And that's okay. That's okay. Cags could still be a great player.
And that's why we got to also pump the brakes with whatever Carter Jensen does.
100%.
I think. Because for the amount of people who are crazy and they say, well, maybe Cags just isn't that guy. He's struggling, yada, yada, yada. There's plenty of examples of other players who have also had a little bit of issue in their first 40 games. So, like, if Carter Jensen comes up and he's hitting a home run almost every single time he's up at the plate, that doesn't mean that he is a better player than Jack Cagley. That doesn't mean that he's ready to take over the starting role going into the playoffs at whatever. Like, he needs to be on the field every day. That doesn't mean all those things. So I think it's
been a very reactionary baseball season.
I think it's the same thing. It's along the lines of the same thing with one loss happens and everybody's ready to throw in the towel and the season's over with. When it's not. There is a mathematical chance for them to make it.
Of course.
There is a mathematical chance for them to get into a wild card spot in the next 5 to 10 days. They have more than 5 to 10 games. It's not like it's
25 games, I believe. Yep.
It is go time.
Oh, yeah, it's good. No, it's go time.
But it's not over.
It's not over. No, it's not over, but it is go time. There's no more BSing around. You have to do this now. Like,
it is unfortunate, though, that Jonathan India is going, because he had been playing a little bit better as of late. To JT's point, though, he is having a career worst season in terms of the major metrics of on-base percentage, batting average, slug. Yes. And if you look at those, I mean, OPS, he's having a worse career season in that, and maybe it's some of it is the pressure of, hey, we're bringing you in, and this is what we're doing it for, and they just haven't been able to fulfill the expectations of the season. But you can't have ridiculous expectations and get mad when the results aren't touching the Like, I think some people, I don't know what the expectations were for some people. I think it was make the playoffs or win the division.
Okay,
I think
you're saying for the team. I thought you were talking about for India.
Well,
For the team.
I think that Jonathan, his performance
the
plays
expectation,
into
they
the
told
entire
us the
thing.
expectation.
Yeah, expectation was playoffs.
Playoffs.
And
They said that. That the team
Which is
said
not,
that.
which again, for the team is not a high expectation. It is, what would it be, this first time in a very long time they've gone back-to-back to the playoffs?
Yeah.
maybe the 14-15
I
years.
believe so.
Maybe that was a high expectation. I don't know. But in terms of them making the playoffs, based on the roster and the moves that they made, it didn't feel like it was a high expectation. Where them not getting there would be underwhelming. But I think it's part of it is everybody's so used to the Chiefs being good, and it doesn't matter what tries to phase them, it doesn't phase them. It's just different with this team where, like, if they go 84-78, that's not a bad season for the
over
Royals.
500. It's fine.
It's disappointing, but by no means is it a bad season. And I think that's how people can look back on it. Maybe I'm just taking the optimistic point of view as, hey, Jonathan India is playing better as of late. It might not be enough to make it, but how you looking at the direction and what they're going to have going forward, you should be encouraged regardless of what happens. You could be disappointed, but also encouraged. It's possible.
Well, India and the team separate. I'll separate the India thing. I mean, from this season, like that was a failure as just far as like proof of concept. It was a failure. It didn't happen, right? Wanted him to be a high 200s hitting leadoff hitter that was reliable and surefire
Just the
to
same
set
as
up
the
Bobby
team
Witt.
trying to rely on the outfielders that they currently had
Right.
and not being able to get a bat. Yeah,
100%, right? Those were some things that didn't work out. But the idea and the way to go about trading Brady Singer, like I'm okay with that move. Again, I don't think it's a failure to trade Brady Singer away. And I wish we had him. Like all that's great. The pitching, the bullpen, all that's fantastic. It made sense. So that's okay. It just didn't work out with India this season. That's fine. Now, as far as the Royals go, I am less optimistic than you are. Like this season to me is pretty much over. Like, and I know it's not, but like if you can't go and beat these teams like the Detroit Tigers who come to your house, you've played them now 6 times in the past 10 days, 12 days. You won what, 2 of those games? 1 of those games? You got swept in Detroit, right?
No, you won 1 in Detroit.
You're right. So 2 out of 6 games?
Yeah.
Dude, you've got to be able to win some of these series, man. You've got to be able to win some of these series against really good teams. Now, this is a team coming up in the Angels, I believe, starting tomorrow. That's below 500. 7 or 8 games below 500. This is a team that you got to keep losing teams losing. You're at the K in a homestand. Every series coming up is a playoff series. It gets bigger and bigger. But I'm not going to change my outlook on the Royals until they get a winning team and they stop them from winning. That has not happened enough this year.
Hang on. In terms of what, though?
I mean, they just played a great team in the Detroit Tigers and
I know, but in
a
terms
playoff team.
Okay, so in terms of them being a playoff team, you're not buying it until they can
Beat another playoff team.
because to
I
me
mean, last year they didn't do that. They were only beating up on bad teams. It felt
Exactly,
like.
and
they won a series.
They won a
wild card.
series. Yeah, they went to the DS. That's fair.
which is why to me I slightly disagree just because the Tigers are the second best team in baseball. So to me, them struggling against the Tigers doesn't mean they're not capable of being a playoff team. Now, if we're talking to win a series, I can get behind that 100%. But in terms of them getting into the dance,
It's just tough for me to get excited about this team.
No, I know.
When that's the case.
I totally agree. If you're just beating up on the bad teams and you're struggling against I totally get why you're not getting behind them, because you want to see them make a run. You want to see them get back to the World Series, and you know that's you're saying they're almost like the Pittsburgh Steelers in a way. Like
that was literally my take on Fesco and Dusty.
The Royals
they're
are
the Steelers.
Yeah, they're falling into that category of they're a solid team, but they're not a really good team, and they're not a really bad team, but they're eh.
They have a great defense. They rely on a star player, and they have good role players around him, and they lose to most teams over 500. Now, you've got the 64-72 Angels at home for 3 games. You play the Twins, who have been rough, 62-74, and then you've got the Guardians, who have had a bad latter half of the second half of the season. So you've got
when do they have the Mariners? The Mariners right after that?
No, and then it's Phillies, then it's Mariners.
It's a big stretch.
Phillies, best team you'll probably play the rest of the season.
Yeah, they have the 3rd best record in baseball.
You got the Blue Jays too. That's a really good team. So you've got these next 3, 6, 10 games. You need to win 7 of them. 7 of 10. These are losing teams.
Yeah.
6 of these games at home.
I agree.
That will get me to start turning my head. Now, if you go and then lay an egg against the Phillies and get swept, I'm going to be right back where I was. And that's legitimate. Like, if you win 7 or 8 of 10 against these losing teams and then go lose and get swept against the Philadelphia Phillies, I will do exactly what I'm saying. Like, I will be right where I'm at right now, just as far as a mindset concerned. This team needs to not lay down. And again, the great game Saturday night. I was there. Fantastic. Bobby Witt was awesome. The defense was great. Not just from him. Stephen Kolek, way to step up. Like, that was a good game. That was a huge team win. And then what do they do to win that series on Sunday? 5-0. I know. It's the best pitcher in the AL. I get it. It's Tarek Skubal. I understand. 0 runs?
I think that's where it's... I mean, he has...
Am I wrong? JT, am I off base?
Like, okay, I'm going to say this.
Please, bring me back. Bring me back to earth. Come on, I'm sorry.
You're being a little bit spoiled here because you're a big Chiefs fan. And you think...
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Nothing can go wrong with the Chiefs because they're so good that anything that can hinder them doesn't hinder them.
Exactly.
Go ahead, JT.
I don't think it's too much to ask them to beat a good team in a series.
But what I want to take back is what you were talking about with the next 10 games.
Great.
Okay, so if you win those... Say you win 7 out of the next 10, okay?
Great.
Cool. If you lose 2 out of 3 to Philly... Okay, you say are you going to be lost if they lose 2 out of 3 to Philly?
If it's like what I just saw in Detroit when the last game's 5-0, yeah, I honestly will be. Yes, I honestly will be.
Because here's my thing. I don't care what they do to Philadelphia. You could lose all 3. I wouldn't be upset. You go out and win the next 3 against Seattle, guess what? You're reeled back in like a deep sea fish because you could get swept by Philly. Cool, they're an NL team. But if you sweep the Mariners, then it's like, oh, hot dog. You just swept the team that's right in front of you in the wild card spot, and guess what? Now it's tight.
This is where I think, to your point, I get why you're frustrated at them not being able to handle the Tigers and Tarek Skubal obviously being
a tween, like we're in this
ridiculous
tween phase.
But to your point though, when you're looking at the Angels and the Twins and the Guardians who are also directly competing against you for a playoff spot, being able to snag a majority of those, and then obviously the direct competition is really the Guardians and the Mariners, where the Mariners, I went ahead and I looked up their remaining schedule for context because that's the team basically that they're chasing at this point. They've got the Rays, then the Braves, the Cardinals, the Angels again, just like the Royals do, then the Royals, Houston, Colorado, and then the Dodgers. So outside of Colorado, the last 3 series they have are a little bit tougher for the Mariners, where they've got kind of a similar window for the Royals of,
yeah, that's true.
It's go time. This is where we can separate ourselves or at least maintain this gap that we have over Cleveland and over Kansas City. But I think you're right, Mag, in the fact that they can't afford any more slip-ups of not one game, but a slip-up of in a 10-game stretch, they're going 4-6. They can't afford that sort of a stretch going forward. But look, them losing 5-0 to Tarek Skubal, who I think is the most scoreless seven-inning outings I think in baseball this year, is not that it's disappointing, but I don't think it's like the end-all be-all where they can't do it against Tarek Skubal and the Tigers. Yeah. Why should I think they can do it to anybody else?
And that's fair. To point out that one specifically as that defines the season,
I get what you're saying.
A little unfair.
I get your frustration. But I totally understand.
But that's a good point to say. Like that, Tarek, we can't just say, okay, Tarek Skubal lost. Yeah, that defines the season now. But this has happened repeatedly against solid teams, playoff teams.
I get
right?
why it's frustrating.
So that's why it's a little frustrating. And I'm glad you brought up the Steelers because that was literally my point as well. Like they're the Steelers.
That's a good comp.
They're the Steelers.
If you would have said this when they lost the first game in Chicago, the way they did, where they lost, I think it was like 2-0. That would have been more of a game where I said, okay, you got me there, because it was the Chicago White Sox. But going to the Tarek Skubal one, I'm like, I can't say that because here's my other thing. I love manager Q. I love
Quatrero, great.
Quatrero.
Yeah.
Some people call him Quattro. We love it. Whatever.
Whatever it is.
But I was very questionable of his decision to start Tolbert over Isbell because of the defense. And I was like, I get the matchup possibility lefty-lefty with Isbell, but I thought your defense would be more, I guess, better to have against a Skubal than worrying about the plate appearance with Tolbert. And Tolbert then miscued a play where it kind of allowed 4 runs to score in one inning.
Yep. So some of the stuff has kind of backfired, and it's not necessarily Q's fault. Vern has said repeatedly he blames the player. The players deserve a brunt of.
Well, yeah, they do. That's like in football. Okay, you have the players; they got to go make the play.
No, for sure. We are way late for a break. When we come back, we're going to talk some college football. Is KU legit? K-State are what to think of them? Also, Bo Pribula seems to be the guy at Mizzou. We'll talk about that and a little bit more next on Cody and Gold on 96.5, The Fan.
What's up, Kansas City? This is Bobby Witt Jr., and you're listening to Cody and Gold, weekdays starting at 10 on 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Heartland Men's Health, the leader in men's sexual health. Thousands of men have been successfully treated for low T, ED, and more, all with discretion and compassion. Make your appointment at heartlandmenshealth.com.
Football is back, and Underdog is one of the best places to select entries and win money all football season long. And you can play right now in your state in Missouri. It's super easy. You just choose which players will go higher or lower than your favorite stats: touchdowns, receiving yards, interceptions. You could be sitting at the stadium tonight watching some Cincinnati versus Nebraska and find yourself making those selections from your seat right here in Missouri. You can play with as little as $1 over at Underdog as well and win up to 1,000 times your money. Plus, they allow you to mix and match sports. So if you wanted to get on some baseball action tonight, that is available over at Underdog as well. Download the app today. Sign up using promo code TAPP, T-A-P-P, to score $50 in bonus funds when you play your first $5. That's promo code TAPP, T-A-P-P. Join the millions of fans who have already won billions making plays on Underdogs and be next. Must be 18 plus and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms. _DFS_.html for details. Concern with your play. Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit www.ncbgambling.org.
Hey folks, I've got a couple of important questions for you. Do you know how much money you need to retire? Do you have a plan in place for your loved ones? If your answer is no, it's time to get your financial planning on track with UMB Private Wealth. It's never too late to start. Plus, their team supports you at every step of the planning process. Go to umb.com/privatewealth to schedule your appointment. That's umb.com/privatewealth. Why not start today?
Fall's the best time of year to clean up the outside of your home or business, and the best way to do that is with a fresh coat of paint from my friends at CertaPro Painters. You want your home or business to make a great impression, and that starts with the exterior. And when you choose CertaPro Painters, you're choosing the best in the business for your job. CertaPro Painters go the extra mile. If there's a way to save you money, they'll let you know, and they take care of every detail from start to cleanup. So do what we did and schedule your free estimate at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated.
I'm Mitch Holtis, voice of the Chiefs. Everyone develops cataracts naturally as they get older. When your vision is affected by cataracts, you should see my doctor, Dr. Steven Silverstein at Silverstein Eye Centers. Dr. Silverstein is a world-renowned cataract surgeon who performs life-changing laser-assisted cataract surgery with premium lens implants to correct your vision up close and far away. Trust my eye doctor, Dr. Steven Silverstein, Silverstein Eye Centers, 816-358-3600 to schedule an appointment.
GimmeTheVin.com's big cash giveaway. I hate games and scams. So when we had the idea to give away $25,000, I was very careful about the way it was orchestrated. Get the top of the market money and enter to be the lucky person to get $25,000. This is no joke. This is no game. This is very real. Just like GimmeTheVin.com.
No purchase necessary. For official rules, go to GimmeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GimmeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Prostate cancer. 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed in their lifetime, but early detection can save lives. That's where KCUC comes in. They're the premier center for urology and oncology, with over 50 elite providers and more than 20 locations across the metro. KCUC makes it easy to get screened fast in the comfort of an office, not a hospital. Schedule your screening today at kcuc.com. Don't wait. Come see Kansas City's largest, most experienced, and most advanced urology team. kcuc.com. At KCUC, you see the best in KC.
How about those Chiefs? Chiefs Kingdom, for the first time ever, the Chiefs play on Red Friday. Get ready for a kickoff like no other with our limited edition, one-of-a-kind How About Those Chiefs flag available on Friday, September 5th at KC area McDonald's for $5 or shop.chiefs.com for $10, benefiting Ronald McDonald House Charities of Kansas City. For more information, visit chiefs.com/Red Friday. And make sure you tune into our game in Brazil against the Chargers that night at 7 p.m.
Dane Hughes here. I've seen a lot of stat lines in my playing days, but these numbers, they caught my attention. Flight by Yingling. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, and all the crisp, refreshing flavor you want in a light beer. It's brewed by the oldest brewery in America, so you know it's got some serious history behind it. If you're into stats and taste, you're going to love this beer. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer and the official beer of Dane and Hughes. DG Yingling & Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Save big during Labor Day at Lowe's. Get up to 40% off select major appliances. Plus, buy more to get up to an additional 20% off. Shop even more savings with 3 Stay Green 1 cubic foot vegetable and flower garden soil bags for $10. This Labor Day, take care of your home for less at Lowe's. We help, you save. Valid through 9/3. Soil offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Selection varies by location. Select locations only. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can watch every show, plus video clips and shorts, all right from your phone, desktop, or tablet. The Fan's YouTube channel at 965 The Fan, KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
We're back on Cody and Gold, 96.5 The Fan. Drew Nixon, Mac Morey, JT Noah producing the show. All right, so switch some things around a little bit. We're going to get to some college football here. This is like a college football little like 20-minute segment here based on the plans. We're going to talk some Corso in a second as well as disappointments. And, I mean, I think we can actually start with a disappointment. I think locally we know for a certain fan base who the biggest disappointment would be, and that would be the Kansas State Wildcats. I know that they won the game, which, hey, survive in advance and you move on, but had they lost to North Dakota after losing to Iowa State, I don't know what would have happened. It would have been insane. JT, you are a Mizzou fan, so you probably wouldn't. You probably not that you were enjoying it. If it was Kansas, you might have been more excited if that sort of thing would have happened.
Still enjoying it a little bit,
but I'm enjoying it a little bit. Actually, I'm actually a big fan of Avery Johnson, even though his family likes to fight over each other. But I really wanted to see Avery Johnson do well, and so far,
he did.
Well, yeah, he has, but so far his team has not helped him.
No, they haven't.
It's worrisome because if you're a K-State fan, some people are speculating: are they the next Florida State team? Now, obviously, it wouldn't be as a dramatic flip from what Florida State did last year, but they're starting off real slow, and it's kind of getting a little scary hours in Manhattan, I would say.
Yeah, I'd be a little bit worried. I think right now it's hard to judge anybody this early in a season. We'll get to KU and Mizzou in a second, but I would be a little bit concerned just based on the way that they've played. Like, Avery Johnson has been solid. He hasn't turned the ball over yet. He's been fine. They're not running the ball it doesn't feel like they're running the ball as effectively as they have in the last couple of years. And I think the way that it looks is the offense is a little bit different. Defensively, obviously, you're dealing with some struggles, which I think is a big question mark going forward. You're going to get Dylan Edwards back hopefully here soon. That should help out your offense, but
yeah, we kind of didn't think it was going to be a problem this week, right? No Dylan Edwards.
No. If you look ahead to the schedule here, it still plays out very favorably for the next couple of weeks. You got Army at home, you have Arizona on the road, and then you've got UCF before going on the road to Baylor.
They need to kick Army's ass.
They need to come out and have a really good stretch here. I think a more convincing stretch than what they've given so far. Just in terms of for the premise of they're one of the teams that was favored to win the Big 12. The expectation is for them, I would say, to be in the Big 12 title game. To make the playoff, I think that's too high of an expectation. It's not too high of an expectation, but it's being unfair, I think. When only one or two teams from the Big 12 won, as it has been, gets into the playoffs. So they need their expectation is to get to the Big 12 title game. Right now, they're climbing uphill because they lost to Iowa State, a team they're directly competing with, to get to one of those spots. The way that Utah looked this weekend, really good. Baylor dropped a game to Auburn, but those are some games to watch down the stretch here. With Baylor also plays SMU, so a team that they're competing with directly is also in the mix. KU, we'll get to them in a second. They play them, of course, in the Sunflower Showdown the last weekend in October. That is a team to watch, as well as Arizona State. So they're just climbing uphill, but the game against North Dakota if they lost that game, they're not winning the Big 12. You can already mark it off. It's not happening.
It's over. Season's over.
Them trying to get to a good bowl game is still possible. Of course, they'd have to win out.
Of course.
But them getting to the college football, or them getting to the Big 12 title game, starting 0-2, in the way that they did it, they would be a good season. Would be 8-4 or 9-3 from that standpoint moving forward. So I think it's too early to say they're not a good football team. They're not able to make the Big 12 title game because it's been 2 games. They're still. But they need to figure it out by the time they get into the stretch, though, where they have Baylor, TCU, KU, Texas Tech. It's a 4-game. That's the biggest 4-game stretch of their schedule. It's the toughest 4-game stretch on their schedule is when they face those 4 teams in a row. So
it's massive.
I would be a little bit worried, though, if I was a K-State fan, and understandably so.
What would give me 1 to 10. How worried are you? You're not panic button, but you're like, you have opened the drawer that has the panic button inside of it, right? You know where it's at. You've located it. You've rummaged around. You've moved your things. The pencils, the erasers have moved to the sides. The panic button, full press. But you're not. Your hand's hovering, but you're not pressing it yet, right? You're 7 or 8 out of 10.
So here's my thing about it.
I'm not that high.
You're not that high
I
yet.
don't think I'm that high because I also want to take an effect of, okay, you played in Dublin, then came home to play a game.
It's great.
So there could be an effect of that side travel there. I will say this.
And Iowa State's a good team, to your point.
Correct.
Like they've shown that now 2 weeks, and like that's a good football team.
Yep. They play Army this week coming up. Army just lost to Tarleton State.
Exactly.
Their second ever FBS win in program history.
Wow, I didn't know that part of it.
Wow.
So you got to beat their ass.
This is when you go out and we
have
thank
to,
you
man.
for your service soldiers, but Army, you're going down.
Lay down the hammer. You have to.
I would say my panic is like a 4 out of 10 right now.
Okay.
If they lose any of the 3 between Army, Arizona, or UCF, I would be probably at a 7 or an 8. I would jump straight there.
Yeah, I would say I'm at probably a 6.
Just because if they want to make the Big 12 title game, they have to win these next 3 games. They have to win the next 3 games.
Can I say some of why I'm a 6? I'm just a little bit higher than you guys.
Yeah, go ahead.
K-State, one of their identities as a football team, as a program, and, things like this have changed in the last 20 years because football has changed so much. College football specifically has just changed drastically, especially in the last decade. Hell, at this point, it feels like every year it just changes now. But K-State still has an identity as a program that they are a physical football team. On offense, they're getting to that second level, and they're pushing you around.
Running backs have been very good.
Their running backs have been very good. And on defense, they're 11 hats to a ball, right? They're not assuming anyone's going to make a tackle if there's a one-on-one guy near a sideline. Yep. You've got 3 other hats running to make that hit as well because they want a piece of it. They are running. They are active. That doesn't feel to be the case right now with the Wildcats. When I watch K-State, I'm not going to tell you I watched all 4 quarters of that, but I was in and out. I watched a little bit. They're lackadaisical. They are not assertive on either side of the football. They feel like the other team is running the cadence and the rhythm of the game rather than them controlling the pace of a game and the say-so of the matchup. So and that's okay against a team like Iowa State in Dublin, to JT's point. But now, back at home against North Dakota, you've got to control that game, and they obviously didn't. Now, the positive here with K-State that I will say that kind of brings me down from maybe being a 7 or 8 to 5 or 6 is Avery Johnson's good. And I liked Avery Johnson 2 years ago.
He's
we got
showing
to
off
see
the
him
arm more this year.
showing off the arm. Yep. We know he can do what he can do with his legs. But I liked him in that first showcase 2 years ago. And what was that bowl game, right? That he came up as a true freshman. I remember watching him play, and I was like, wow, I love the way he can keep his eyes downfield, running out of the pocket, pressure. He's always looking for that next pass. He is a quarterback, truthfully. Like, he's a thrower of the football. And I think he's now starting to progress to a passer of the football. And that's really good to see. I think that would be the positive if you're a K-State fan.
Oh, yeah, I think there's a lot to look at and be happy that Jace Brown is back in the mix. Jerron Tibbs is a good, number 2 to Jace Brown. Obviously, Joe Jackson. You're going to get Dylan Edwards back. You should be, it's not time to panic, but it is. I think it's fair to have a little bit of concern just for the season and the expectations for the Kansas State Wildcats.
Now, just one quick question before we move on. Let's say it's a 28-20 win against Army. 28-20.
It doesn't matter to me. It's fine.
You're fine? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just asking.
Because to me, given the fact now that if you wanted to make the playoff and you needed to get style points, then yeah. But I don't. The Big 12 is too competitive in my mind to get more than one team in. I just think that they're going to get one team in the playoff. I mean, they might.
I agree.
So I don't think how ugly it looks or anything like that. Like if it's a 21-20 win against Army, hey, you know what? They're one win closer to getting to 11-1. That's how I would feel about it if I was a K-State fan, just from that, I guess, black and white perspective. KU on the other side, are they legit? Are they just beating up on no ones? I think it's a mix of both. I think Jalen Daniels right now is on a heater. I know that they're playing Fresno State, who has a new coach, new quarterback.
It's Fresno State. Like, let's start.
Traditionally, Fresno
Wagner.
State is solid, but the Wagner one is the one that you throw in the garbage, and it doesn't matter. But in fairness, North Dakota was the one that you throw in the garbage kind of.
You're right.
If you're Kansas State, because they're not ranked in FCS play. This is not North Dakota State. This is not South Dakota State. That was a different animal.
What conference are they in?
Oh,
like the UAC. Like, they're in a nothing. I was looking at it. It's
heavens. I feel really bad now because I lived in North Dakota and I don't know. I don't remember. Anyways,
it's nobody's school. Like, they are not playing anyone. So no, you're right about that.
But from the standpoint of they're facing an opponent. They faced an opponent who they should have beat by a lot more than they did, and it didn't happen. But and they won, but it wasn't. It was close. They're doing what they're supposed to do. So I think it's hard to say they're just beating up on no ones, but also hard to say that they're legit. I think it's difficult to say. We're not going to know until Saturday when they play Missouri. In terms of how good either one of them really is. JT, you have to be honest. This goes for both Missouri and Kansas. They beat Central Arkansas, the Missouri Tigers did. Great. You did your job. Bo Perbula's the starting quarterback. We're going to see how good Kansas is, in my mind, maybe more than Missouri, actually, on Saturday. Where if that game is tight and it's close, this could be just two really good football teams going at it, and both of them end up finishing 8-4 or 9-3 on the season, and that's just how it goes, and it's too good. It's a good old football game. If either team wins by double digits, all of a sudden, okay. I think we're starting to learn more about this. We're on KU's side of things. They're in a better spot now, and I know Kansas State fans are not going to like this, but this is me being honest, and I don't have. There's no shade against Kansas State for all those people who think that I hate Kansas State. I wore the K-State shirt last week again.
You did?
Yes, after I was told to burn the shirt by Kansas State fans. By the way, which is egregious.
Lighten up.
Kansas football right now is in a better spot for the future than Kansas State is. And Jay Binkley agreed with me, by the way. So you can call out Bink at 6 o'clock or at 2 o'clock when he fills in for CDOT today.
Bink and Unacero today.
All right, but what Lance Leipold is doing. Last year they were in every single game. They went 5-7. They just didn't win close games. They easily could have gone 8-4 or 9-3. Jalen Daniels turned the ball over a lot last year. This year he has 1 turnover. He has 9 incompletions through 2 games. And I know that it's Fresno State and it's Wagner. But if he goes out and has another good performance the way that he's been playing against Missouri, I think somebody did text on the text line last week. Heisman bet for Jalen Daniels. I said, don't do it. You're probably not going to win. If he goes out and plays the way that he has in these first 2 games against that Missouri defense, Jalen Daniels, in my mind, would probably be a top 5 candidate for the Heisman through 2 weeks of the season. He has been unbelievably good.
He has. No, I agree.
He has been so good. And I think
early.
If KU beats Missouri, they are all of a sudden jumping into the Arizona State, the Utah side of you need to pay attention to this football team in regards to the Big 12. In regards to the Big 12 title game. Like,
yes. Yeah, Utah's
legitimately,
real. KU might be
you
too.
need to watch this team.
That's true.
I think that's how good Kansas can be with what they've done in the portal. Obviously, Cam Pickett looks great. Emmanuel Henderson is a stud. You look just from top to bottom, they spread the ball around more. They also obviously have Daniel Highshaw. They have LaShawn Williams. Jalen Daniels can run himself. Like they're going to cause defenses a lot of problems this year. And I think they're legitimate from the standpoint of you should be paying attention. I was really close to picking them to go to the Big 12 title game this year. I didn't do it. But they should be on everybody's calendar circled. Okay, this team is a legitimate contender for the Big 12. They're a legitimate team in the Big 12 to go 8-4, 9-3, somewhere in that 7-9 range. And Lance Leipold is building a program with the stadium renovations and stuff that's going to be hanging around.
The money that just came in.
The money too. They're going to hang around. Now, your Missouri Tigers, JT, do you like the fact that Bo Pribula is the guy?
Well, I mean, he has to be the guy now. Sam Moore being injured.
Of course. But
yeah,
I thought he was always the guy. For him to start the game,
yeah, exactly.
He was the guy.
He was the guy. He looked great. I will say there was some times where I was actually concerned about the offensive line. Everyone talks about how Missouri's offensive line is going to be great.
Caden Green, yeah.
Caden Green moving from guard to tackle. Looked a little sketchy at the first half, but I also thought Pribula was doing things that were not helping his tackles. He was drifting too far back into the pocket.
Yeah.
But then there was that one play where he scrambles for a touchdown. He runs back 10 yards and then takes off and runs. And I'm like, all right, you know what?
And he can do that.
He can, right. And he hit some deep balls, which that was the biggest concern you had with Pribula was like, can he throw the ball deep? He hit a couple. He missed a couple. Against Kansas, I think it's going to be interesting because a couple years ago when K-State came to town, everyone was like, man, Missouri looked kind of blah in that first game, and it felt like they were holding stuff back. Against Central Arkansas, it didn't look like they were holding back, but I think it could have the same effect going into against Kansas is, all right, let's see them both open up and throw the ball, and let's have an airway. I would love to see another walk-off, just another needle in the heart of Kansas, a walk-off win. But talking about a walk-off, you don't have your starting kicker now. Craig is out. Blake Craig, who was going to be a finalist for Kicker of the Year, people thought, injured himself and is out several weeks. So now
that's huge, man.
Now you're working on a true freshman from California. So it'll be interesting.
I'm very excited though for Bo Pribula because if he's legit, then I think Missouri can absolutely make the playoff.
Oh yeah, because you have Hardy. You have Hardy, the running back.
They got Ahmad Hardy, and they have one of the they have a top half defense in the conference. If Bo Pribula is legit and he's the guy, then Missouri with that defense, and the schedule plays out so favorably for them. The opponents are the same as last year.
Except they're flipped from home to away. So you get A&M at home now.
You get Bama at home. You get South Carolina at home. You get A&M at home. The schedule plans out so nicely for the Missouri Tigers this year.
I think the hardest game is maybe the very
Oklahoma
last week
on the
against
road.
Oklahoma,
and Arkansas back-to-back on the road. We'll see what Arkansas does this season. Yeah, I mean, even after Kansas, it's the Raging Cajuns at home.
They avoid Tennessee.
UMass at home.
They avoid Georgia. They avoid Texas. They avoid Florida.
LSU.
They avoid LSU.
Yeah, at Vandy.
Hey, Diego Pavia.
Spicy game.
Diego Pavia.
That's a spicy game. Yeah, I'm going to hold my horses on the playoffs, but Pribula is that's the whole take, right? If he's real, you're right. I guess any team can do it, and they do have surrounding pieces. They have a running back. They have a solid defense, and honestly, man, this schedule does work out way better than I expected.
This week, the way that Alabama
looked.
They
also have the wide receiver from Mississippi State, Coleman, that came over. If
Kevin
people forget
Holmes,
about it. I'll ask you this, Mac. If they beat South Carolina, go undefeated, and they play South Carolina defeated, they beat them.
I'm in.
Then you're in?
I'm in city.
Because I think you're in on South Carolina right now.
I am in on South Carolina.
So, if South Carolina comes to
you're reading the tea leaves.
Columbia,
Yes.
Missouri, then, and the Missouri Tigers come out with that win. Because they should. I don't know.
And
if
that's
you
at
watched
home.
last
Again,
year,
that's at home. They should do that.
They should have beat South Carolina last year. I still am so mad at that game. Luther Burden.
Are you? I can't tell. Okay.
Luther Burden had one of the most sensational catches on the sideline for what would have been a game-winning catch, and then the defense is like, you know what? Let's turn into the 2020 Chiefs defense and let them score.
There's some other. So we're going to get into Lee Corso a little bit later. His final pick, and also one team that impressed and disappointed, but the college football playoff predictions. Do you guys want to go through some predictions?
Ooh, yeah, some odds. Do you have odds, or do you just have?
So I don't have
your
odds.
predictions.
I have my predictions for the playoff. The preview, unfortunately, the whole
is
thing.
Missouri in it?
The whole preview is not coming out this year. I'm pushing it back, but I do have a playoff prediction.
Okay,
All
let's go.
12 teams.
Let's go, and I'm going to pull out some odds for you. But yes.
The 1 seed is going to be Penn State this year. The 2 seed, this is where
after the 1 seed, this is where it gets tough.
No. Through 1 week, this pick doesn't look good.
Oh, okay.
Alabama, I think, is going to win the SEC. That looks tough.
That looks rough right now.
Clemson is going to be the 3 seed. I think they win the ACC. Texas is the 4, because again, we're going to straight seeding this year, so it's obviously a little bit different.
Yep.
Texas will be the 4 in my mind. I picked Oregon to be the 5, Ohio State to be the 6, Notre Dame the 7. Arizona State's going to win the Big 12. They're the 8. Florida, the Gators are a 9. Michigan's going to make the playoff at 10. LSU at 11, and Memphis is the Group of 5 team.
Well, my biggest standout right now
12.
is Georgia. Georgia is going to be, 5th in the SEC, you think?
I don't think Georgia's making the playoff.
Yeah,
well,
that's what I'm saying.
But you have like 4 SEC teams in.
Yes.
So
you,
wow.
yeah, you had.
I don't buy the Gunner Stockton stuff.
Well, who were the 4 that you had in?
The 4 SEC teams?
Yes.
I know Florida was one.
Alabama.
Bama, Texas, Florida, LSU. And yeah, that was
That's it.
Yep.
So you don't think South Carolina gets in either? Wow.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I think the SEC is going to be a lot like the Big 12 this year.
Where they beat up on each other?
They beat up on each other a lot.
Still 4 get in. That's crazy.
Is Miami's not in there?
No, I will say this though. I think Miami is maybe the team that impressed the most. Them or Utah.
Not LSU?
Utah would be up there for me.
You didn't think LSU
No.
didn't do much to impress you?
Them winning in Clemson's version of Death Valley was impressive.
It was a good win.
But I do think, and I know that Clemson is I think Clemson wins the whole thing. Well,
yeah, you're a big Nussmeier guy like Binkley is.
Well, no, he just
I think
said
Clemson wins it.
Klubnik.
You think Clemson wins the whole thing?
I'm a Dabo and Klubnik guy. I think Klubnik wins the Heisman.
Dabo guy. Not a Dabo guy.
I also think if Penn State doesn't win it this year, they're never going to win it with James Franklin. They have the best roster in college football.
You think they have the best roster all around?
Penn State has the best roster in college football.
Okay.
So I'll say this: the reason I think LSU might have had the most impressive
LSU also might have
win,
LSU's roster is loaded.
The reason I think LSU might have had the most impressive win, and people are buying so much stock, is because of the way they won the game. Their defense actually showed up to play the game,
which hasn't in the last 3 years.
And it hurts me the most because the DC is Blake Baker, who was at Mizzou. They gave him an extension, and then 2 months later, he leaves for LSU. And it pains me because I loved Blake Baker.
Missouri's defense is good, though. So
it doesn't hurt me like that.
Yeah,
but Blake Baker, I think Blake Baker in the next year or 2 is going to be a head coach somewhere for a college team because of the way he plays and coaches. And he got that team ready. They were talking, our defense is going to be so good this year. I had an LSU fan, Seth Wanson, who thinks that LSU's got a top 10 defense already. I'm like, all right, let's hold the brakes on that part. But yes, their defense looks legit. And that
shout out to Max alma mater too, by the way. The Tennessee Vols getting a good win with Joey Aguilar as the quarterback.
Meanwhile, Nico
I was about to say
got
smoked.
Trash.
Got smoked
by who
by Utah. That was a 5.5 point spread. The game was 33 points in difference, 43-10.
And
going
Nico's
back
terrible.
to spread, did you see that Mizzou's already 8.5 point favorites for this weekend?
Speaking of
bet KU at plus 8.5.
Speaking of
bet that, it's gonna be a close game.
Carrington Harrison's documentary about the MUKU rivalry coming out this month. September 24th is the screen premieres at Screenland Armor. The first trailer dropped a couple of weeks ago, so you can find that over there on his Twitter. The Armageddon at Arrowhead.
Hey.
Pretty cool. So that'll be awesome.
Coming up next, that definitely any look. College football, man. There's just something about college football. There's something about let me tell you something, Mac.
Let me tell you something.
There's something about college football, man. It's back. The NFL is also back. We're gonna talk more Chiefs in the Chiefs Red Half Hour coming up. I've got a question for you. It's not Armageddon, but what would that look like in Chiefs fans' mind through the first 6 weeks of the season without Rashee Rice? We'll talk about that next as Cody and Gold continues right here on 96.5 The Fan.
This is Cody and Gold on your new home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by Heartland Men's Health, the leader in men's sexual health. Thousands of men have been successfully treated for low T, ED, and more, all with discretion and compassion. Make your appointment at heartlandmenshealth.com.
You have roofing needs, the only place to get it from is Century Roofing. 35 years in Kansas City, handling over 30,000 roofs. I understand it's a lot of stress. When you're going through those things, you're like, is it a big problem? Is it a small problem? Find out with a free estimate thanks to Century Roofing. Don't trust those people who come by, hail chasers, door knockers. They knock on there, unreliable, not necessarily a company you know you'll be able to get in touch with every single day. Century Roofing's been doing business in town for 35 years, like I said, so they're easy. You understand the warranty that they're going to stand behind. They're going to make those things clear from the beginning, so you don't have to have any long-term worries. If you need a new roof, you want that to be a one-time fix when you build it inside your new home. They've been voted Best of Johnson County 4 years in a row. They were just voted Best Roofing Company in Kansas City, thanks to readers over the Kansas City Star. So why would you trust any other roofing company to handle that inside of Kansas City? Trust me, just like I did, by trusting Century Roofing. Go with the pillars of strength and go with KC-based and female-owned Century Roofing at centuryroofingkc.com.
This October, the whole family can ride along for the wildest weekend in Kansas City. PBR Outlaw Days, October 3rd through the 5th at T-Mobile Center. Cheer on your Kansas City Outlaws as they battle the world's best on the dirt, under the lights. KansasCityOutlaws.com. Get your tickets now at PBR.com. Kansas City Outlaws. All grit and no quit.
Man, if your stream isn't as strong as it used to be, or you're taking more breaks to the bathroom than the last 2 minutes of a televised football game,
There's another timeout. We'll be back after this.
it's time to get checked. An enlarged prostate, or BPH, could be the cause. And Kansas City Urology Care is here to help. Fast answers, trusted care. Don't wait. Come see Kansas City's largest, most experienced, and most advanced urology team. Visit kcuc.com today. At KCUC, you see the best in KC.
Football's back, and Underdog is the best place to select entries and win money all season long. And you can play right now in the state of Missouri. And playing on Underdog is easy. Just choose whether your favorite player will go higher or lower on certain stats, like touchdowns, receiving yards, interceptions, and more. Get your entries right, and you can win up to 1,000 times your cash, and you can play with as little as $1. I love combining entries from multiple sports into one selection to see what I can do. The Underdog app is awesome. Download the app today and sign up with promo code BOB to score $50 in bonus funds when you play your first $5 with promo code BOB. Millions of fans have already won billions making plays on Underdog. Will you be next? Underdog. Make plays, win money. Must be 18 and over and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Looking to drive your finances downfield? Main Street Credit Union is the hometown team you can trust. We help you build credit, lower monthly expenses, and finance with confidence. Or if you need a loan to grow your small business, we've got flexible options and no hidden fees. At Main Street, it's not just about the win, it's about keeping Kansas City moving forward. One goal, 1 yard, 1 member at a time. Get in the game at mainstreetcu.org.
Rally House, shop every team in town. College and pro, come on, it's time to go.
The season starts at Rally House. From jerseys and hats to tumblers for game day, it's where outrageous selection meets every fan's style.
Kansas, Missouri, Kansas State, Chiefs and Royals make KC great. Rally House, Rally House. It's your city, it's your house, it's a Rally House.
Level up your fandom in-store or online at rallyhouse.com.
Hey, almost Andy Reid here. It's been an honor to give back to the community that's embraced me being almost your head coach. Thanks for letting me be part of your team. Renner Garage Door is a teammate of mine that also values the community that they served for decades, always giving back and delivering wins with top brands like Geldon, Amar, and Liftmaker. Need a repair or replacement? Get a free estimate today. Forward and back.
RENNER, RENNER.
eBay has reinvented vehicle buying. From click to curb, everything's covered. Ever try to buy a car online and end up in a parking lot with a stranger and some blind trust? That era is over. Now with Secure Purchase, eBay isn't just where you find your car. It's where you buy it, start to finish. Title, financing, registration, delivery, it's all built in. This is the modern way to buy your next ride on eBay. eBay. Things, people, love. Secure Purchase is powered by Caramel Dealer Services, LLC, an eBay subsidiary.
The long weekend sale is on at Target with exciting deals you won't want to miss. Stock up on grilling must-haves for a few more sunny barbecues. And while you're at it, ease into sweater weather with fresh new fits for the fam. Whether you're hosting, relaxing, or showing off your new style, Target has your deal in-store, online, and in the Target app. Hurry and save more with the long weekend sale happening now through Monday. Only at Target.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks Vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Chiefs coverage is sponsored by Missouri Air National Guard St. Joseph, serving your community your way. Serve your country and build a brighter future with the Missouri Air National Guard. Top-notch training, tuition assistance, and bonuses up to $50,000. Missouri Air National Guard St. Joseph. Aim high. Find your path today. Go to ang.com/MO.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Welcome in to the Chiefs Red Half Hour. Every day at 11:30 with Cody and Gold on your new home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
The Chiefs Red Half Hour is brought to you by All Weather Decks, Kansas City's most respected deck builder. Coming up here in about 10 minutes or so, I've got a question for you regarding what the Chiefs' record would be through 6 weeks that makes you kind of panic, like similar to what Mac was asking about Kansas State. What's the panic record for you through the first 6 weeks of the season if you're a Kansas City Chiefs fan? That coming up in just a little bit. But we're going to talk about Josh Simmons in a second as well, Mac. But one hot take. I've got one that I'm going to save for when Alex and Cody come back a little bit later on in the week. I'm sure we've got some stuff. Again, this is week 1 week officially. We're going to have our predictions here on Cody and Gold, at least. I don't know about you guys, Mac, what you're doing, but we're going to continue with our division predictions starting tomorrow, leading up to Thursday in week 1.
Something very similar planned, yes.
Week 1 of the NFL season. But in terms of a Chiefs kind of hot take, I think Xavier Worthy, and this is more of a, I don't think you're able to bet this at all, but I think this is a little fun thing. Xavier Worthy this year is going to have 3 touchdowns of 50 yards or more. I don't even know if that's a hot take, but I think a take that I have is I think Xavier Worthy's going to have
a lot.
He's going to have 3 touchdowns of 50+ yards. Like it's going to be like the deep ball is going to be there, it's going to work, and it's going to connect 3 times at least. Xavier Worthy's going to get a 50-yard touchdown.
Oh, I love it. I love it. 50 yards is a lot, but yeah, I think that's going to happen. I mean, we've heard both these guys all offseason talk about figuring out, one, the deep ball, but also just on the Xavier Worthy side, like his whole thing was like, yeah, I figured out the playbook. I figured out these routes. I know the calls, but now it's about, okay, what does Mahomes want? That chemistry. Yeah. Where does he want me to be? Like, is it on this specific play? If this guy's on off coverage, does he want that 8-yard out to be a 7.5 yard and just a little bit in? And those tiny little minute details. I think Xavier Worthy has spent so much time with Patrick Mahomes this offseason, specifically discussing those sorts of things to get on the same page. And I think it's going to have a massive effect. And if you go to Mahomes' side, he's discussed hey, biggest thing I'm working on this season, other than athletically getting back to his peak mobility, being able to run around. He's talked about that. But his other big thing that he's really harped on this offseason has been the deep ball. Throwing the deep ball more accurately, giving some more air under it, getting it a little bit higher to have someone get the room, a deep ball artist like Xavier Worthy, have the time and the space to say, okay, I'm going to track that. I'm fast enough, dude. Just let me get under it. Just let me get under it. I'll do it. So we've seen that in the offseason. We've seen that in the preseason with Tyquan Thornton a little bit. We'll see it with Xavier. So I don't hate that take at all. I would like to look up the stats on 50-yard touchdowns. It might be hot. 50 yards is a lot.
To have him 3 times, maybe.
That seems to me like completely plausible. Completely plausible.
Well, and the way that they're talking about it, too. So, like Rashee Rice was like, hey, man, we're about to put on a show. Like Xavier Worthy has said during Chiefs preseason, like, watch out. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch us this year. Like, we're really going to get after it. Hearing that, along with, because Patrick Mahomes will give you, the good quarterback answer of, this is what we're working on. We're really trying to bring it back. Where Xavier Worthy and Rashee, you can just tell they're itching to be able to run some of the stuff that they've got schemed up and ready to use, and they want to put on a show for everybody. And I think that's what it gets me to that point. What is your hot take for a hot take? This isn't I don't think this is the hot take.
No.
The hot take will come later in the week if we have it. But a take that you feel is an important one or a big one for this season.
Well, I think it segues kind of into what we're going to discuss here. And Josh Simmons is in that. I think Josh Simmons is going to be a top 10 left tackle this season. And before, and I've edited that a little bit, because before it was by the end of the season, and I've made it hotter by saying, no. I think he's walking in after game 1. We're going to be talking about him being a top 10 left tackle in the NFL.
The performance against the Chargers will be so good that we're like, yep, they just landed one.
I think that performance parlayed with all of the hype and what we've seen in the preseason, all of this will now kind of start to solidify people. Okay, well, yeah, I think he's the best the best left tackle the Chiefs have had since Eric Fisher, and a top 10 left tackle in the National Football League. I think
I like it.
Is a decently hot take. Now, I think the next topic that we discuss here concerning Josh Simmons is we can talk about his confidence, how confident we are. Rather,
you obviously
in
are
him.
very high.
It's like a 10.
Yes.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably be a 10, maybe a 9. But I'll go 9 to be conservative. But yeah, I think probably a 9. Now I want to talk about how do we measure him, because he's been the number one Chiefs topic, other than obviously Mahomes and Kelsey now getting engaged, those sorts of things. But he's been the number one topic. How do we measure him? Right, because with wide receiver, you talk about Xavier Worthy last year. It's a little easier, right? Like, well, I think he's going to have 850 yards, 5 touchdowns, no less. If he doesn't have 5 touchdowns, we can talk about those things. Now, with Josh Simmons, is it how many sacks he lets up? Is it his pressure percentage? Is it an eye test sort of thing? Is it like what? How are we going to measure it? Because I think that's something that my oldest brother and I have had lots of conversations about. Because I've been this confidence that you hear in Josh Simmons. He's had phone calls now for the last 2 months. Like, dude, Josh Simmons good. He's like, all right. Listen, I want to get there with you, but how are you measuring this? When we get 7-8 weeks in the season, how am I going to be able to tell that you are right or that you are wrong? I think that's a good question.
I think it's a really good question, because obviously, like you were saying, we consume, and it's weird to say this, we consume offensive line play differently, but we do. Just in terms of like it's easy. It's hard to box score. You can't box score watch offensive linemen. I don't think. I think the eye test has got to be part of it. Where
I think it is.
Like, let's say for instance, I know that it was so, like with Kingsley, it was so evident and so obvious. That it was bad. Even if Patrick Mahomes didn't get, let's say Kingsley didn't allow 1 sack, it was so egregiously bad. We knew it wasn't good, but Mahomes escaped it and it worked out. Or Joe Tooney helped out enough where it saved Mahomes. I think the eye test is, I would say, the main part of watching. I don't know. I'm not a good that's why you go to Mitchell Schwartz or Jeff Schwartz for this. 100%, that's why you go to those guys.
Yep.
Because they really break down the tape for you, or Brian Baldinger. But I think watching them, like
or Jay Binkley.
Yeah, or Bink, of course. You can always tell though when somebody's really bad, easier I think than when somebody's really good. Where if the quarterback, if Mahomes isn't getting sacked, that doesn't necessarily mean a guy isn't having a rough go of it, but it also doesn't mean that it's so egregiously bad that he's getting sacked, if that makes any sense. I think you have to watch a little bit of it, where I think all eyes, you're going to be watching the play, but I think that somewhat, if you see Khalil Mack lined up ahead of Josh Simmons, okay, I'm watching this matchup. I might not even look where the ball goes. I'm going to see how he does and handles Khalil Mack. I'm going to see how he handles the Eagles' defensive front.
Yeah.
I'm going to look at how he handles the Giants' defensive front because they've
Could
got
be the best in the league.
They've got a great defensive line. So I think we're going to get a gauge just by watching it, how good Josh Simmons actually is. And then I think you can look at Pro Football Focus and see the pressures a lot. Yep. I think the pressures more than the sacks, I think, are the thing for me.
Pressures. Yeah, sacks,
But I'm more of a watch in. If I want, you can always tell when they're really bad just by watching them. Like we knew Kingsley was really bad last season, and you didn't need stats or numbers to even look to validate your opinion. It's like I'm watching with my own two eyes, and it's not good.
Like when
I watch Josh Simmons, he's doing I would say he looks really good, and obviously he has been. I think it's better. It's easier to do it with the eye test.
I think when you watch Trent Williams, that's the best in the game. But when you watch Trent Williams, or you could do Lane Johnson on the right side, pick your poison. Rashawn Slater before he's hurt, you could talk about it. Tristan Wirfs, name your guy in that top tier. You can tell, like you're saying, the eye test, it's clear.
Yeah.
Just like the juxtaposition, if it's an Andre Dillard, right? Mm-hmm. And it's, or a Wanye Morris or whatever it is, and it's rough. We can tell right off that. I think that's a good start. So I think I'm with you. I think eye test is a part of it. And then I think, pressure numbers is my biggest deal because sacks are so deceiving both ways because sacks are not a quarterback stat and they're not an offensive line stat. Again, that is case by case basis.
It's more like a defensive stat.
It really is. It's
for tracking it.
But if it's not that it's not someone's fault, it's just a case by case basis. It sometimes definitely is the quarterback's fault. It just is. And a lot of the times it is an offensive lineman's fault. And it may not be specifically the left tackle's fault. Like you were saying, maybe Josh Simmons blocks the hell out of Myles Garrett. But because Jawan Taylor's getting his ass beat on the right side, that's forcing Patrick Mahomes to have to step up a little bit to the left, which is giving Myles Garrett a crease and Josh Simmons. These things happen, right? So I think pressure numbers for me is a big thing. A PFF score, eye test, those sorts of things. But we have seen as Chiefs fans these past couple of years what bad left tackle play looks like, and we are sick and tired of it. I think the eye test will be huge right off the bat, and I'm telling you, man, you're going to see this, dude. He's going to be a brick wall, not only as far as just in front of Patrick Mahomes, but when they choose to run the ball, they choose to hand it off to number 10 Pacheco on a 1st down and 10. I think it's going to be really cool seeing him get one hand on a guy and then run it up the field. We're going to have a monster, dude, in number 71 this season.
Which is why I think that
could be Brett Veach's best draft pick of all time.
Which is why I think that if the wide receiver room stays healthy all year, when they get Rasheed back, and the offensive line is good. Let's say Simmons works out to what you're saying. There is no excuse, none, for them to not be a top 5 offense. There is, if everybody stays healthy.
With Rice back.
If everybody stays healthy and the offensive line is that good, there is zero reason they should not be a top 5 offense. Like there's no excuse because they've been 10-ish. They've been in the 9-10 range.
Yeah, the top 10
And
range.
obviously there's been a lot of questions with wide receivers or the line or whatever the case is, but
I'm with you.
It would be really disappointing, I think, for the offense. It would be a disappointing season if they won the Super Bowl, it doesn't matter. But if they lose in the playoffs and they weren't a top 5 offense with everybody fully healthy and offensive line, it would be a what went wrong sort of thing, and it wouldn't be is it a poor execution standpoint? Like there would be a lot of questions I think asked about the Chiefs offense if that was the case, given what you're saying.
And a lot of justifiable frustration, I think, from the fans if that were to happen, at least in my opinion. Like, I think I said that on Fesco and Dusty last week. Like, I'm done with the excuses and all that. Like, if Josh Simmons is...
Even if he's fine.
If he's just an average tackle, which I think at this point, I think has been proven. I think, in my opinion, that's
the
not...
floor. It's the floor. That's the basement.
That to me is the basement right now. He's an average left tackle. So let's say that's it, right? Let's just go off that. He's average. And let's say Rasheed Rice, let's go with Rasheed Rice out too. I'm talking he out the first 6 weeks. You need to have a great to elite offense still. You've got depth. We've spent 3 months just going on about how great this depth is. We love the wide receiver room, great tight ends. Look at how they've rebuilt this. Travis Kelce, he's lost 20 pounds. So I don't give a rip if Rashee Rice is out for 6 weeks, and you're right. If Josh Simmons isn't, maybe if he's 60% of what I'm saying and not a top 10, not top 5 right away, whatever it is, but it'll still be good. You need to be able to produce offensively. You need to be able to get points. There's none of this. It's 2 years in a row now, these past 2 years, and I'm again, spoiled Chiefs fan. They've been to the Super Bowl the past 2 years. I know the end result's been great, but again, to continue that, you can't keep winning 10 one-score games in a season. You've got to win some of these games by 2 or 3 scores. Have to.
So I have a question for you, Mac, and for you, JT, as well.
Yep.
Is there a record through 6 weeks? We know Rashee Rice, of course, is out for the first 6 weeks of the season. Is there a record through 6 weeks that would concern Chiefs fans? I think, JT, you mentioned 3-3. Does that, if the Chiefs are 3-3 through 6 games, what's your concern level? Like, or does it have to be 2-4 for you to be concerned? Like what is your level of concern if through the first 6 weeks of the season, the Kansas City Chiefs are blank record?
JT?
Yeah, I would say if it's 3-3.
3-3, you're concerned.
You'd be concerned?
Concerned. What are you?
I guess
Mac?
define concern.
Okay, here I do want to. I should have prefaced
Like
by
worried.
This.
Like I don't know. Like
so. Well, yeah. We're any level of concern, or are you just like, it's fine. They play for reference.
Yeah.
The Chargers, Eagles, Giants on the road, Baltimore at home, Jacksonville on the road, and then Detroit at home.
So I feel like they should have 2 wins automatically. I'm sorry, Jacksonville and
New York.
New York.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So I would say, I guess anything. I guess I should preference anything lower than 2 and 4.
So 2 and 4 or lower, you're concerned.
I'll say anything less than 3-3. If they're
or no, you're saying anything less than 4 and 2. If they lost one more.
Well, I'm saying they're guaranteed they should win 2 games at least.
Correct.
So I would almost want to say they should win a third one. So 3-3, like I said earlier on in the show, would be where I'm concerned. I would be almost like where where he was saying you're finding the panic button.
Yeah,
would be 2 and 4.
2 and 4, yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha. Yeah. That's fair. I wouldn't panic button 2 and 4, but it would be very, very concerning if they're anything less than 3-3. 3-3 though, no, dude, I'm straight chilling. Chilling on 3-3. This is Patrick Lavon Mahomes and Andy Reid. They're getting Rashee Rice back because they're gonna be fine.
Yeah,
no worries.
And I know that they play all of them at home, but I mean, if you were 3-3, I don't think you should be that overly concerned.
No,
because of the opponents you're playing. You're playing the Eagles. You're playing Baltimore. You're playing Detroit. The Chargers are going to play you tough. Jacksonville, who knows? New York,
that's
who
a
knows?
question mark.
Like
both those teams are a little feisty. Could be spicy.
You should be able to. I think Jacksonville is going to be better this year.
Dude, I think so. I'm in on Trevor Lawrence
just because of the roster and
I actually
the
have
roster
Jacksonville
construction.
making the playoffs.
So do
You
I.
do?
So
okay.
do I.
So you called it a guaranteed win.
I did.
No. So you called it a guaranteed win for the Chiefs, but also Jacksonville makes the playoffs.
But that's how different
I love
it is.
I love it.
That's how different the Chiefs and Jags are, though.
No, I agree. Different levels, completely different
I
tiers.
do agree that I think
Good.
I think Jacksonville sneaks
Funny.
into the playoffs. I actually agree with you, JT, on
So
that. But,
wow, we can get to that later. We should talk about that.
But-
so both okay. I have questions. Keep going.
But I think that the level of opponent just seems to, not that it's better than years past, but you play the Eagles, you play the Ravens, you play Detroit, you play the
first 6
Commanders,
weeks,
you play Buffalo, you play Denver, of course.
Overall,
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's people are expecting Houston to bounce back. It's all about the offensive line there. Like I think if they went, which is why I think their over under was 11.5. Is that what it was?
Yep, 11.5. They'll win 12.
I understand why people. I understand why people think they're definitely taking a step back because of the 1-score game stuff. You tend to not have like the Vikings one year were undefeated in one score games or whatever, and they went 13-4, whatever the case was. Like it happens, but it doesn't happen too often. So, which is again to the point, going back to Simmons, of you want to see them put up points as they should be with a fully fledged
deep ball
offense,
all those sorts of things,
and all that talent. Yeah, we can go ahead and look at some of the. I don't know if you want to look at a full record prediction, but in terms of.
Yeah, well, you're
3-3. I wouldn't be concerned if I were a Chiefs fan. I think to your point, Mac, I don't even know if I would be concerned, overly concerned. I would be concerned, but if they started 2-4, what would the reaction be compared to the way that people are talking about the Royals now? Like, I wonder if people be like, well, they're 2-4. They're certainly not winning the division. Like, I think if they started 2-4, they have one division game in that stretch. They can still win the division and they'd be fine. I think that there's a lot of overreaction that would take place if they were 2-4. there might be a lot of overreaction at 3-3 because if you place right now, the expectations, you have $1 million expectations for the Kansas City Chiefs. It is Super Bowl or bust. It's $1 million expectations where if they start 3-3, the output that you're getting is not $1 million expectation. I can only imagine what the reaction will be from the fans. Are we talking firing coaches? Are we talking about benching players? Are we what is that? What exactly is the reaction going to be where if they start 3-3, is that the panic meter hitting for Chiefs fans because they're so used to seeing
some will, but I think the truthers know the regular season doesn't matter for this team. If when you get on this dynastic level, and I used to get pissed at Patriots fans when they talked about this, right?
But now you're here, you're also.
But I understand. I'm on that level, and this team season starts in December. That's when this season starts, and when you talk about this schedule in the first 6 games, that's fine. Let's say it's 2-4. People are freaking out. Sky is falling. People are calling in at 96.5, Cody and Gold, and they're saying, Drew, what the hell? What the hell? How are the Bengals better than the Chiefs? They're 4-2. How are they? People are freaking out, right? Here's my hot take. You ready for a Chiefs hot take?
Okay.
No matter what happens the first 6 games of the season, the rest of the year, 11 games, they will go no worse than 9-2. The rest of the season, those 11 games, they will go no worse than 9-2. So let's say they go 2-4.
11-6 is the worst they would be.
Yes, that's the floor.
There's no reason to disagree with that because of what we've seen.
And that may not, and to be fair, that may not win the division. That'll be right on the line. Right on the line.
I do really wonder though and I think it's,
but they'll win the division
because I think that
because they won't go 11-6.
I think they'll win as well, unlike Jason McIntyre or Colin Cowherd.
Yeah, those guys
or others. Or
spewing nonsense garbage. No one should care about that. This team is better than they were last year, dude. This team is going to wreck. God, I'm excited, man. God, I'm excited. Who the Bengals play week 1? The Browns, right?
Yeah, they play Joe Flacco.
I got money on you. I got money. I got maybe my first week 1.
Stop betting on them. Stop. Don't bet on the Bengals. I don't bet on my team.
I already did.
Okay. What did you bet?
I never bet on the Chiefs.
Week 1 yeah, that's a little harder. I like parlay stuff I like props with the Chiefs. But you're right. Money line spread, no. Early spread. Money line, Bengals. Let's go. T. Higgins, I think it was 62 or 61.5 receiving yards was his line, and that felt low to me.
2 and over.
So
I like that because Jamar Chase will get a lot of attention.
Exactly. So I like the over there, and then I parlayed that with 2. It was a Colston Loveland over that I felt low on. Then Amon-Ra had a low over under as well that I went over on. So
one thing that
was a 4-legger that was my first week 1 bet. Let's go,
dude. I don't know why, but I love betting the Detroit Lions the last 2 years.
I mean, it's a great 2
Sam
years.
Laporta won me a ton of money 2 years ago. Jameer Gibbs and David Montgomery won me a ton of money last season.
Laporta, I think Laporta will be back this year as far as that's concerned.
He struggled a little bit.
A little injury stuff, but yeah.
It's Cody and Gold. That was the Chiefs Red Half Hour brought to you by All Weather Decks. A reminder too, by the way, that our Monday lunch partner is 30 Hop, the lunch partner of Cody and Gold, right here on 96.5. The Fan. Okay, so coming up next, we're going to get into the back half of the show. Of course, we've got What's Trending. Also, talking some more baseball, and then Mac is going to give you some game on fantasy football. I've got a fantasy football draft tonight. I've got another one a little bit later on in the week.
Okay, good.
So
I can help you out.
I need some game, some fantasy football game from the one and only Mac Morey. That comes up next as Cody and Go continues right here on 96.5 The Fan.
What's up, Kansas City? This is Vinny Pasquantino, and you're listening to Cody and Gold, weekdays starting at 10 on 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Heartland Men's Health, the leader in men's sexual health. Thousands of men have been successfully treated for low T, ED, and more, all with discretion and compassion. Make your appointment at heartlandmenshealth.com.
Need to sell your house in Kansas City but not sure what the best option is? Selling a home, especially when dealing with foreclosure, divorce, job relocation, or an inherited property, can feel overwhelming. That's why I don't just make offers. I help homeowners understand all their options so they can make the right choice with no pressure and no obligation. I'm Rex, a local homebuyer and resident right here in Kansas City. Whether you're looking for a fast cash sale or just want to explore your choices, I'll walk you through the pros and cons of selling to me or listing with an agent. If selling directly is your best move, I'll offer you a fair cash price and a closing timeline that fits your needs in as little as 7 days or on your schedule. No repairs, no commissions, no hidden fees. Just a transparent, hassle-free process so you know exactly what to expect. Let's talk. Call 816-330-6000 or visit RexBuysKC.com for a free, no-pressure consultation. Rex Buys KC, helping homeowners make informed decisions with confidence.
Missouri, get ready! The wait is almost over. DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is coming soon to the Show Me State, and you can sign up today. New Missouri customers can get $300 in bonus bets when we launch on December 1st. Download now and place a $5 bet when we go live. DraftKings Sportsbook brings everything you need to elevate your game day, including live in-game betting, lightning fast payouts, and endless ways to get in on the action, all right from your phone. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code 965 to grab $300 in bonus bets with just a $5 bet when we go live December 1st. That's promo code 965 in partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 and over. Physically present in Missouri. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Excludes customers who redeem pre-launch sign-up offer. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos.
Kids are back in school, so schedule your project today. With Powell Exteriors KC Easy Financing, pay no interest until 2027. Whether a deck or new roof, go to PowellExteriorsKC.com now to schedule your free estimate. It's the power of KC. Powell Exteriors KC, Kansas City's exteriors experts.
Men, the summer is here. Longer days, warmer nights, and romance in the air. Intimate dinners, walks on the beach, dancing in the moonlight. But if you have erectile dysfunction, you know it can ruin romance, both for you and the one you love. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health. And if you have ED, don't let another summer go by without getting treated. Because intimacy is one of the greatest things in life, and fear of not being able to perform should not be something you have to deal with. At Heartland Men's Health, we're ED experts. We've successfully treated tens of thousands of men. Our protocols work when others don't, and we have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. You could even last up to an hour or more and perform like you haven't in years. So call us. Your initial appointment is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600. That's 844-447-6600. Or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
Having unexpected car trouble or just in a car accident? Call Jay Southland Tow Service, 816-779-4869 or southlandtow.com. Use the tow service trusted by most local police departments. They can do it all. Be in the know and call Jay's Southland Tow.
Hey friends, it's noisy out there with information coming at us all day, every day. It's hard to know what to trust, and the world of wealth management is no exception. That's why UMB Private Wealth Management helps you tune out the noise and tune into what matters most. They'll create a financial plan based on your unique goals, so it's your voice that comes through loud and clear. Get financial clarity. Go to umb.com/privatewealth to schedule an appointment. That's umb.com/privatewealth.
So we do a giveaway at GiveMeTheVin.com. Every month we're giving away $25,000 to one lucky person that sells us their car. Karen, you there?
I'm here.
Karen Gardner of Oceanside, California is the latest winner in GiveMeTheVin.com's big cash giveaway.
What did you sell us?
I sold you a 95 Impala.
And what did we pay you for it?
You guys gave me 18.
18 plus 25,000 because you're the winner, Karen.
Oh my God, you're kidding.
You could be next to get a little more, maybe a lot more.
You guys are awesome. Keep it up.
No purchase necessary. For official rules, go to GiveMeTheVin.com. Sell us your car.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
You're listening to the all-new 96.5 The Fan, your new home for Chiefs football. KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station. What's trending?
What's trending here on Cody and Gold 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Chiefs football. We'll get into that. That's definitely on the list. Number 1, though, your Kansas City Royals trending, bringing back Cags.
There was one man that was more excited than everybody else, and that was Dusty Likens.
Get ready for the I Know That I'm Hard drop tomorrow morning. Dusty Likens will be ready to go. He is lathered up, ready to talk about his boy Cags. Carter Jensen.
Yeah, this is exciting.
Yeah, it is exciting. I mean, this is a prospect. This is a power-hitting catcher, a guy who could drive home some runs, and obviously could be the future behind the mound. Besides Salvador, once Salvador Perez gets ready to go. So, yeah, it's an exciting thing here.
As Max said, number 2 on What's Trending, it's Chiefs week. It is week 1 in the NFL. Things start on Thursday. The Chiefs play Friday night in Sao Paulo, Brazil against the LA Chargers.
Yes.
Things get kicked off. I believe it's 7 p.m.
Friday. I actually think it's early. Let me double check. I think it could be 6. I don't know. We were just talking about this. I'll double check real quick.
Either way,
it's 7 o'clock actually.
Is it 7? You double checked? Okay.
It's the weird part is they're 2 hours ahead of us, so they're playing 9 o'clock local time.
Oh yeah, what is that,
man? Either way, pre and post game, Josh Briscoe also on the call. Mitch Oltis, Danon Hughes, Josh Klingler, a full crew getting you ready for the week 1 matchup on Friday and all season long.
I mean, not just is it Chiefs week, a Chiefs player signed to your team, Drew.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say that. Also, it's not only Chiefs week, but everybody's favorite defensive lineman, Mike Pennell, is now a Cincinnati Bengal.
Hey guys.
Oh no, Bink's banging that desk one more time.
Hey guys, what's trending? The worst defense in the league signed a 34-year-old nose tackle who plays less than half the snaps.
Bring all the OGs. Bring all the OGs in. Haloti Ngata, Vince Wilfork. We were looking up ages of these guys. I don't care. They desperately need it. Please.
Yeah. How old is Haloti Ngata, JT? We just looked up the age. How old is Haloti Ngata?
Haloti Ngata? Oh gosh, 45.
41. How old is Vince Wilfork?
46.
43.
Dude, I would take a 45 and 46-year-old Haloti Ngata and Vince Wilfork right now, the way that they look.
Over what you got, yeah. Instead, you've got 34-year-old Mike Pennell.
Let's go.
Traded to the Bengals. Also in What's Trending, the man who usually sits right across or right in your seat, Drew.
Correct.
Would be right across from Alex Gold. Cody Tapp, it's his birthday.
September 1st, Kansas will launch sports betting.
That's my birthday.
That's his birthday.
That's such a dude. That's so good.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, give it again.
September 1st, Kansas will launch sports betting.
That's my birthday.
The fact that they kept it in the news story is also hilarious.
That's my birthday.
They loved
it is his birthday. Happy birthday to
Happy
Cody
birthday,
Tapp.
Cody.
Wonderful guy, coworker, host, father, all the things.
That's right.
Yep.
Oh, I also esteemed baker and cook. I feel like I also for the text lines, Cody tries hard at being a musical artist.
Yeah,
being
dude.
a professional baker.
Renaissance man.
Yes.
You know, one thing he's
a man
not
of many talents.
A hot dog derby contest winner.
Yeah, he's not. He's not that.
Dang.
And he'll never be.
Cody's going to have to take the knife out of his back that you just stabbed him with.
I'm determined
JT.
to get in the next one. Whenever that happens again, I'm determined to put the suit on. I'm winning that race.
I'll beat you, Mac.
Oh, come on.
Yes. Hang on a second. Cody, Mac, and JT have to be in the hot dog derby contest.
All right, it's done.
We'll have to bring that up to spec.
That'd be awesome. That'd be so
Oh,
fun.
100%. I'll catch up because you guys are not going to catch up.
No.
Oh! I don't know what it will not be mustard. I hate mustard.
I don't like mustard either. Yeah, I don't really.
Yeah, it's gonna be
honestly,
relish then.
on my hot dog, I'll tell you something crazy. Psycho trait for me, plain dog, baby.
I'm actually with you.
Really? Okay. Nice.
I'm
usually not that guy either. I'm really not that guy with my food. I'm not like the 8-year-old chicken fingers, but like hot dog, just plain.
I'm the same way with the brat. I had a brat for the first time in years in Madison because if you're in Wisconsin, you have to have a brat. So at the football game, I had a brat.
Plain. I'm totally good with that. Plain.
Dude, I also had these. They made mini donuts, like fresh mini donuts, a cinnamon sugar and powdered sugar powder.
Smash.
Oh, it was so good. It was so fun.
So was that? You didn't talk about that game at all. We'll talk about that game later. Keep going. What's trending?
Number 4, final on what's trending. Bill Belichick's college football coaching career begins tonight against TCU. They're 3.5-point dogs.
They're dogs.
You like it? I think TCU wins the game.
So okay, give me a why. What am I missing here?
I think roster wise, also quarterback wise, I think they're built to be better right now than UNC. In fairness to UNC, they're in a conference that's more top heavy. So I could see North Carolina winning 7-8. I think a 7-5 win season would be really good for Bill Belichick in his first year. Gio Lopez, transferred from South Alabama, is the quarterback. Good quarterback. Maybe like Joey Aguilar. Another reason why you should be amped up because he was at App State. Now Tennessee looks good. Maybe Gio Lopez can do the same thing.
Yeah, can do the same
from
thing. Yeah,
South
mimic
Al
that.
to
big names at the game tonight. Salt MJ is going to be there.
Yeah, you were giving us a list. It's crazy.
Who else? Do you remember?
You said
Let me pull it up real quick.
Mia Hamm is going to be there.
Yeah.
It is a big list because everyone's pumped.
Is Tyler
for it.
Hansworth going to be there?
No, it didn't say Tyler.
Nah, he's too busy playing pickleball.
Yeah.
So
that's
it's
right.
Lawrence Taylor, Michael Jordan, Mia Hamm, Julius Peppers, Eric Church, Chase Wright, and Blake Snell.
Good for North Carolina, man. And their athletic program.
Absolutely. It's exciting. I'm going to watch this game tonight.
It's on ESPN, I think, isn't it?
I'm pumped. Is that a 7 o'clock starter?
Yeah, Kirk Herbstreit's on the call.
Oh,
hey,
great.
Herbie and Fowler, let's
this
go.
is a huge game,
Peter,
dude.
his dog was in the fountain at Chapel Hill. It ran right to the water fountain. Peter, his dog.
Love it. Good job, Peter.
Did you guys see on College Game Day, they were doing the kick? You know how Pat McAfee does this little thing where he has a student kick a field goal?
Uh-huh.
Well, Peter, the dog, decided to poop right on the little path where he was kicking. And they started cheering. And the guy made the kick after he made it. And they started cheering. And Pat McAfee goes, "You 100% stepped in Peter's doo-doo. I hope you know that."
It doesn't matter when you're winning that much money.
Yeah, no, it's exactly. I'll take it, whatever. I step and poop on the daily in the backyard, even though I pick it up all the time. That is what's trending. Remember, 30 Hop is Monday lunch party here on Cody and Gold. Mondays, $5.99 classic burgers.
The burgers are great. The burgers are great.
Really?
I've never been
Very
there.
good.
I've never been there.
Oh, you got to go. The burgers are outstanding.
Mac, have you
Love
been there?
a good juicy burger. I have not been yet. I've got to go. 30 Hop. There you go. Go to American Bar and Kitchen with bold flavors, local taps, expansive patios, and an unbeatable happy hour. There you go. And again, $5.99 classic burger. I may have to hit that up after this.
I'll have to tell Dusty because there's one on Lee Summit too.
Oh, great. Oh, yeah. He'll definitely hit that up. Okay, so that's what's trending. We'll get into UNC TCU later. I want to hear about Drew's Wisconsin experience as well, but I want to talk some Royals first off. We discussed Jensen obviously being called up. There's some hype there. Caglione's back. The hype train has died down, obviously, with Cags at this point. You're just hoping that he can get some confidence, gain a little bit of momentum, regain some rhythm, maybe come in as a DH every few games and really be that guy. I know Dusty wants to see him every night or every possible moment he can as a DH, but I don't know if that's necessarily the plan yet. But as far as this, and those are exciting underlying stories to the rest of these 25 games, and that's kind of what could lead on into the next season, right? Like if they don't make the playoffs, Carter Jensen maybe having a couple good moments and Cags regaining some confidence could be huge optimistic notes for us when we talk about next year and go, hey, these two young pieces may have found the future at catcher who could be a power hitter. Cags maybe still has some of that hype to be one of the better players in Major League Baseball. So with this season, though, every series that comes up, Royals off today, but tomorrow they'll play the Angels. They're continuing a 9-game homestand or 9-game homestand, I believe, here at the K. Every series defines the season at this point. Every series is a playoff series. And I know it's the reactive baseball thing that we've talked about, 162 of these, but at this point, we're down to 25, Drew. It's time.
Yep.
You've done messed around, effed around, and found out now. You've got to go.
Yeah, it's good. I think, the fact that you mentioned it's another homestand. It's not a long homestand. You have to be able to take advantage of it leading up to eventually the Mariners and everything like that. But against opponents that you, not only is it home, it's against opponents that you need to be at minimum winning this series, though. But you probably need a sweep somewhere in there, or two, whatever the case is. Depends on what happens around you. But I think you're spot on with it's playoff baseball now, even though it's not October yet. Like this is every game should feel like a must win. Even though it already kind of shit, like you obviously want to win every game, but like these games, you feel the pressure, the push. This is it, the final stretch. You got to be locked in. I think some of the, you can't afford the errors on the field. You can't afford the miscues, the mistakes. You got to be more locked in than you have been, and that goes from top to bottom. This is it. This is go time. This is where you got to put up or shut up. This is it. I do think them. So it's interesting. I'm intrigued to see what they do with Carter Jensen and Cags, because going back to what JJ Piccolo said when he joined Cody and Gold last week was, we want the best players on the field who are going to help us win, because obviously, and that makes obvious complete sense. And whether that's Cags or not, it might not be. Like Cags might just be pinch hitting. He might be, he might be DHing every now and then. I think that the plan.
I don't want to see him in the field right now, personally.
Based on the way that they've looked, they're gonna and JT mentioned Jonathan India goes to the IL.
Yep.
That might shift some things a little bit in terms of the thinking, not just for them calling up Carter Jensen and whatever, but how the lineup looks on a regular basis, what they do to move things around, but. They've got their crew that collectively have helped them stay and gain ground in this race to the playoffs. That's who they should stay with, in all due respect to Carter Jensen and Cags. But, you want to make sure that you've got the best roster possible to help give you wins, and that's what they think Cags obviously can do with his power. And then Carter Jensen, part of what Carter Jensen to me is, and this is not them signifying they're not going after it as much, but I think part of this is we want to see what we have in him. Not to determine what to do with Salvi, but I part of me really thinks that's they want to have Salvi back, I think, but they also want to see what they got in Carter Jensen at the same time, if that makes sense. They want to try to play both sides. They want to go after it, and that's why they've been able to do what they have done and why they made the moves that they did at the trade deadline. But bringing up Carter Jensen, I think it also gives you some room of, hey, this guy's playing really well. Let's also see what he has in the big leagues in this last month. And at worst, let's say they don't make the playoffs, you at least get an idea for what Carter Jensen brings to the table, and you try to get Cags back on track and in a flow with a good mindset going into the offseason at bare minimum.
I completely agree. And not only that, with the Jensen thing, like his role's grown more imperative because of the Freddie Fermin move. Like, as far as the future of catcher with the Royals, like
sure,
Carter Jensen has moved up the line. Like Salvador Perez, that extension still not worked out. Well, that is also part of this too, right? Like, so absolutely, like they're looking at him in these next 25 games, and if he's raking, and if he looks good, and if he's getting opportunities,
steps up in big moments.
Yeah, exactly. Like that could serve again, even if they don't go the distance this year and get to the postseason, that could serve as a huge indication of what's next at that position and what's next for this team going forward for the Royals. So I think, yeah, man, Jensen's a huge part of it. Cags, a huge part of it as far as the next season. This year, you're looking at the guys that we've talked about all year, man. Bobby Witt, that was really good to see him Saturday be the one who stepped up. I think Bob's talked a lot about it this season, specifically with Vinny Pasquantino and Michael Garcia being the guys in huge moments who step up, right?
Yep.
And Bobby Witt not always being that guy. Incredible player, top 3 player in baseball, going to be a top 5 MVP vote in Major League Baseball this season again, I believe. Like, that is how high Bobby Witt has set the standard. So when I say this, make sure that I'm not negating any of those facts. He's incredible, jaw-dropping. I saw him hit that 427-foot bomb down the center. I saw him make a Superman diving catch that night. I've seen him. We've all seen him do this all season. But in these big moments, like you mentioned, you're down 3-2, or you're up 1-0, and you need a clinching run to really get some insurance going into the latter half of the game, whatever it may be. It seems like it's been Bobby Witt, or Vinny Pasquantino rather, and Michael Garcia. It was awesome to see your best player be the guy to clinch that game Saturday night.
Yeah, and it felt like there was
That needs to continue.
I think Vern mentioned this, I don't know how long ago. I mean, maybe a month ago. He was on your guys' show in the morning, and he was talking about Bobby. He was like, it doesn't feel like he's, and part of it I'm sure is just they're not playing as well, but the childlike joy playing the game, it didn't feel like that was all the way there. Like Bobby, he's not having a bad season by any stretch. He's also not in the MVP race, and they're also struggling. Where I think Vern mentioned it, it doesn't seem like there's that childlike joy of, the boys are playing some ball. I got a smile on my face. Like I'm playing the game I love, sort of stuff.
Yep,
where, to your point, being able to see him do that, it was a reminder of, this guy is that good. Not only that, but also like probably for him, just I'm like that, like a Kirk Cousins.
Him.
You like that moment. I think him being able to do that, not that he needed any sort of a confidence boost, but being able to do that in that moment, deliver that sort of an at bat, it's got to at least get your juices flowing a little bit more, where you're a little bit amped up. So I'm excited to see what happens from this next little stretch.
You know what else gets my juices flowing?
Your gears grinding?
My I don't know. My engine revving. I have other directions that I could go, but I'm staying on the clean and narrow here, or the whatever, man.
I got my finger on the dumb button ready. Cody a couple weeks ago cussed, and it was nothing.
Straight and narrow. That's what I was thinking.
There you go.
Here we go. Fantasy football, baby. That's what gets my juices flowing. Come on, it's time.
Every Sunday for you, right?
It's here every Sunday from here on out. Thank you, JT. From 9 to 10, live fantasy football Sundays. Right here, we are streaming just like we are now on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, all those things. I'll be streaming live on Sunday.
I will say, the disrespect of this camera in front of me.
Sorry, dude.
To just be blinking green the whole time. Big thanks to JT, and big thanks to everybody for trying to make it work. I got the Milwaukee Panthers basketball
We'll turn it
shirt
around
on today.
Drew's camera's not working, so
you
we'll
don't
turn it
have
around on him.
You don't have to see me. People need to see you because this is your segment, Mac.
See that camera for you?
This is your segment.
Like it's Labor Day. Why am I working on this day? I need the day off.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm back from vacation, baby. I'm more than ready to get back and
we
host a show with you
wanting
guys.
to spout some takes. That's what we're here.
I'm ready to go. But I literally am just going to let you go about your business for the next 5 minutes, because I'm just going to internalize everything and listen, because I've got 2 fantasy football drafts.
And
if you're listening, there have been so many people who have texted in asking, like Bink or me or other people, for fantasy football advice. You got to listen to Mac for the next 5 minutes. He's going to give you everything you need to know. Who you should be taking and all that. I'm just going to sit and absorb all of what you're about to say.
Well, if you've got any questions,
and I'm going to be scribbling notes over you. I need to get a pen.
Yeah, frantically.
Can't wait for him to say my team sucks. I drafted a team last week, and I'm like, man, I probably suck now.
Well, what was it? 10-man standard league?
Yeah.
Half PPR?
It was actually 12.
12. Okay, this is tougher.
And Snake and ESPN. So,
Snake draft.
Yep.
Okay.
ESPN. I had the second pick. So with the second pick, I took Robinson from Atlanta.
Love that. First pick was Jamar Chase.
Yep.
Great.
No. First pick, I think, was Jefferson.
What? First pick was Justin Jefferson?
And you didn't take Jamar Chase? Oh, no, it was Chase. It was Chase. I was staying away from Jefferson. Because I didn't know what JJ was.
Okay, that makes
Jamar
sense.
went first, then it went Bijan. The next pick was Gibbs.
Yeah, so that's fine. I'm those 3 over Justin Jefferson personally. I'm off of Justin Jefferson that high. Allocating that much value or that much draft stock, whether you're in a snake or an auction, whatever it may be, I'm not going to bank on a rookie quarterback producing that much yards. And I'm not saying Justin Jefferson's not going to have a great season, but we're talking about a top 3 fantasy pick here. And if it's not 13, 14, 1,500 yards and 8 to 12 touchdowns, that's what we're talking about up there in that range. And I don't think that's him in year one with J.J. McCarthy. It might be. It's Kevin O'Connell. It's Justin Jefferson, who we've seen do this with, you name it. It's Josh Dobbs. It's Kirk Cousins. It doesn't matter who it is.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson's going to go out and he's going to get yards. I just don't know if it's going to be that. So I love the Bijan Robinson pick. I have him in a league. Love that. Who'd you get in the second round?
I got in the second round. So I had the second to last pick.
Yes.
I took Devontae Adams.
Great.
And then I took Bucky Irving with this back-to-back kind of switch up.
Love Bucky Irving this year.
Your team's pretty nice right now. Like that's not bad at all.
It's my bench that's worrisome. I have Benson, the running back for
Trey Benson. Yep. Question marks on him right now.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I got Joshua Downs for Indianapolis on the bench.
Again, just another situation of are we relying on the quarterbacks here?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I traded McMillan. I got traded right
Ted
away
McMillan?
and got McMillan.
Four. Who'd you give?
No, I got McMillan. Who did I give? That's a great question, actually.
No, it doesn't matter, JT.
Yeah, that's fine.
You
That's
have
fine.
Ted McMillan.
Oh,
Ted
I
McMillan's
traded
great.
Ibuka and Evan Ingram and got Warren and McMillan back.
Warren and McMillan?
Yeah.
And you traded Ibuka and who?
Ibuka's tough.
Ibuka and who did you
Evan
say?
Ingram.
Man, that's tough.
That's really tough.
Yeah, it was.
I love both
All of a
those guys.
sudden, Mac and I are like, man, your roster sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, Ibuka though.
Ibuka's going to be
Ibuka and
machine.
McMillan are Ibuka and McMillan are two of the hypest rookies in fantasy football and just in the NFL right now. Those guys are going to explode. Those are two guys because I talked about it a couple weeks ago in fantasy football. Hey, be patient with your rookie wide receivers that you draft. They may take 4, 5, 6 weeks to pop off. It's a lot. It's a hard game, the NFL. It's a big playbook. There's a lot to learn. Give them some time. Don't trade them. Don't drop them. Ibuka and McMillan, those are two guys who may not take 6 or 7 weeks. Those are guys who...
Ted McMillan's had a really good preseason. Ibuka, of course, has been really good. And then, and then
Are you saying
with
you like
McMillan
Ibuka
going down too?
better
And the
than
Godwin,
McMillan?
Godwin, yeah. Go on. What do you say?
So you like Ibuka more than McMillan?
I think it's because he likes Baker more than Bryce Young, would be my guess.
I think I want to be a part of a surefire top 7 offense, and Tampa Bay is a surefire top 7 offense. With that said, I do like the Panthers this year. Like I think if you've got Ted McMillan stock, that's great. Like McMillan's going to be up there. I don't hate that.
He's going to get the most targets.
He's going to get hella targets. He could be a touchdown machine. Jalen Coker season.
From UCF.
Yeah, exactly. His stock has went up with the Adam Thielen trade, so I love that. But I think if you're talking going back to the draft, if you're talking number 1 pick, it's going to be Jamar, Bijan Robinson, that sort of stuff.
What if you're picked? So in one, I don't know my draft order quite yet. In one of the drafts,
7.
If you're picked 10, like if you're in,
Great.
This is the thing. If you're picked 10 in a 20-team league, I know that our rosters are going to be iffy.
Wait, are we in this?
Yeah, no, yes, it's you.
Is this draft Wednesday?
Yes.
Okay, I thought so.
Wait, are you in this with me?
Are we in this together?
With Kramer?
This is actually. This is epic. What pick do you have?
I can't help you guys.
Shout out to Kramer. Okay, never mind.
I can't help you.
Hold on. What pick do you have?
I don't know, dude. I've been in a lot of leagues. I just know the draft's Wednesday, and I'll be ready.
No, you're one of the last picks.
Am I?
You remember
okay,
because the way that Mac.
my horse race or whatever.
The horse race to determine the order of the picks. I think Mac might have picked 20. That sucks.
Okay, the bright side of that is back-to-back picks is huge. Back-to-back picks is huge.
So you know that you're guaranteed. Yeah, but you also have to wait. I did a practice draft with that. Dude, my team it's okay, but I don't feel. I feel like that's everybody though.
I've never done more than a 12-man league. Just for inside
that we're all
baseball.
in that league.
If you're listening, like what's happening? Kramer invited us all to a 20-man football.
We all
fantasy
happen to be in the league on the show.
And Drew's bringing that up, and I'm like, wait, what? Is that the same league? I'm like, oh yeah, I guess we're all 3 of us.
Not many people have a 20-man league.
Yeah, I was like 20-man league. Like that's got to be draft Wednesday.
Good luck to you, JT. Good luck to you, Matt.
Yes, good luck to you all. It'll be very, very fun. But yeah, some other like basic tips before we get out of here, and we can talk more fantasy football later on in the show because this is draft week. This is a big draft week.
We definitely can.
Yeah,
we carry it in
should
the last
do that.
Hour.
Keep your rookie wide receivers. Don't give up hope. And and this is so basic, but I said this a few weeks ago on my first show, know your rules. Know your league rules. Please, so often do I see guys in drafts say, oh, isn't it PPR? Oh, it's half. Or, oh, isn't it this? Or how many roster spots do we have? Oh, there's no IR. Like things like that. Just know, hey, real quick, if your draft's today, your draft's tomorrow, your draft's this week, go in your app, open up your league settings, and just rifle through those in 30 seconds. Trust me, that will not only help you just basically for your in-draft moment, but your draft prep. Like, it does raise the value and lower the value of certain players and certain skill position guys. So I think we can get into some more fantasy football stuff later, answer some more of your questions, not JT's or Drew's about a 20-man league that I'm in.
Actually have a question
I'm not
for a
giving
friend
any
now.
advice. Please don't take my
I actually have a
advice.
question for you from a friend. He was wondering, in a draft, should he draft Rashee Rice or let them fall maybe to the waiver wire?
So
feels like the top question right now for Chiefs fans.
Yeah, so that's a great question. Rashee Rice, I actually just made a trade for him in a redraft league. I have great running backs, but my wide receivers are actually pretty poor. Devontae Adams was one of my top wide receivers who I really liked this year. I got him it was an auction draft. I got him for $7 or $8, relatively low. I felt really good about that pick. I traded him straight up for Rashee Rice. Okay. I know and it's against a lot of my advice. The first 4 to 6 weeks in fantasy football are the most important. Those are the most important weeks of your fantasy football season. Your team is the healthiest they're going to be. in the first 4 to 6 weeks of the season. But I'm just valuing on my team that I can win those first 3, go 3-3, go 4-2, and then have Rashee Rice. I think Rashee Rice is that valuable. I think there's a chance from week 7 on that he is a top 10 fantasy football wide receiver. And I honestly think that's not a hot take at all. I think it could be better than that.
When he comes back, man, he's going to be
especially if you're
really
in a PPR league. Especially if you're in a PPR league. Okay, speaking of the Chiefs, we want to get more into this game because it's Chiefs week, baby. It's Chiefs week. Woo! Got the Chargers. Got Harbaugh and the Chargers in Sao Paulo, Brazil. They leave Wednesday. Of course, we will have all the coverage right here on 96.5 The Fan because it is your home for Chiefs football. We'll be right back.
This is Cody and Gold, brought to you by Heartland Men's Health, the leader in men's sexual health. Thousands of men have been successfully treated for low T, ED, and more, all with discretion and compassion. Make your appointment at heartlandmenshealth.com. Tune in to hear Royals insider Josh Vernier every Wednesday at 12:30.
We need to nip this in the bud. We need to nip what in the bud?
On your home for Royals baseball, 96.5 The Fan.
All this football talk reminds us that training camp in St. Joe is over. And with football around the corner, why wouldn't you start your training at Centric Training? That's right. They can train you to do the exact job you want to do for the actual season. No shoulder pads and helmet, but train you for the job you want.
Yeah, hone in on the specific skill. Why would you waste your time doing something but also that's not going to actually correlate to skills that you're going to need for a future job? And the timing is what's great. We're talking about what the football season can look like here and where the offense can be and everything like that. Well, by the time we are talking about the postseason, you could have a brand new career. You could be through the program in just 4 months. Yeah, 4 months from now, we are talking postseason.
I could be in a Hooters uniform before you're in your new career. That's not great. Look, I'm not saying it's great. I'm just letting you know that could be the case. It's important to get the career that you want. Reach out to Russ at Centric.com.
Inside the Huddle is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City. Discover the benefit of blue.
Fall's the best time of year to clean up the outside of your home or business, and the best way to do that is with a fresh coat of paint from my friends at CertaPro Painters. You want your home or business to make a great impression, and that starts with the exterior. And when you choose CertaPro Painters, you're choosing the best in the business for your job. CertaPro Painters go the extra mile. If there's a way to save you money, they'll let you know, and they take care of every detail from start to cleanup. So do what we did and schedule your free estimate at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated.
This is Creed Humphrey. Kansas City has the best fans in the world and the best bull riding team in the PBR. The Outlaws are looking to win it all this year, but they can't do it without you. I'm the chief of Outlaw Attitude, and I need you to pack the house. So buckle up and make some noise. The Outlaws are coming, and we know KC will be there with us. Come see Kansas City's next dynasty and join me at PBR Team Outlaw Days, October 3rd through 5th.
Hey, almost Andy Reid here. It's been an honor to give back to the community that's embraced me being almost your head coach. Thanks for letting me be part of your team. Renner Garage Door is a teammate of mine that also values the community that they served for decades, always giving back and delivering wins with top brands like Geldon, Amar, and Liftmaker. Need a repair or replacement? Get a free estimate today, forward and back.
R-E-N-N-E-R, R-E-N-N-E-R.
Around here, we've got each other's backs. When it comes to health insurance, we want that same kind of support. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City gets that. They're from around here too. Backed by the national strength of the Cross and Shield, they help you make confident choices, no matter where you are. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City. From here, for wherever you are. That's the benefit of blue.
Hey, it's Gold, and I'm letting you know that FanDuel is coming to Missouri. That's right, FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, is coming to Missouri. The long wait will soon be over. We've been talking about sports betting in Missouri for years, truly years, but it's finally coming on December 1st. You'll be able to bet on all your favorite teams and all your favorite sports. With FanDuel, there's a ton of ways for you to get on the action. You can bet on everything from the money line to those over-unders to which team is going to win it all. You can build parlays, bet on player props, ride the live lines, whatever your style is, FanDuel has you covered. Plus, with live betting, you can even pick which player will score the next touchdown and the one after that. Mark your calendars. FanDuel is coming to Missouri on December 1st. See for yourself why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. FanDuel, play your game. FanDuel Sportsbook is an official partner of 96.5 The Fan. Must be 21 and present in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just one cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
This Labor Day at Lowe's, shop member-only doorbuster deals for a limited time. Save $50 on an Ego string trimmer, now $169. Plus, get 50% off select Holland pavers. Not a rewards member? Sign up for free today. But hurry, Labor Day doorbuster deals won't last long. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 9/1 while supplies last. Program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel. Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Lowe's knows that no matter your paint project, saving is at the top of your list. That's why when you shop today, you can buy one, get one free. Select Valspar and HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams. One coat coverage interior paints via rebate. Shop these deals in-store or online today at Lowe's. We help, you save. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details. Offer valid 8/21 through 9/3.
Brought to you by Duke's Mayonnaise.
This is the Duke's country song. It's a song about the best mayo. It has a yellow lid, and its full name is Duke's Mayonnaise. Get Duke's Mayo in store. It's got twang.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios.
Here we go on a Labor Day Monday. Tuning in to 96.5 The Fan. It's your home for Chiefs football. That's right. It's Chiefs week, baby. And you can hear all
Mike
your...
Pennell week, baby.
Okay.
Let's go.
What is that? What is that? Okay, that's Drew Nixon. JT Noah behind the glass. Mac Morey here with you. In for Cody and Gold today. And then the regular crew all back tomorrow. And that's for all the shows.
The itch is being scratched now. Like we are here. It feels like we're finally in September, Mac. We are there.
I'm surprised you're so happy, Drew, knowing your team's going to be 0-1 after Sunday.
Hey, yes. Actually, for my betting purposes, I hope not. But for laughing at Drew purposes, absolutely, I do agree. Coming up, an hour and a half away from Jay Beakley and Chris Unocero. They'll be live from 2 to 6 here. But we've got 90 minutes left with you. We're going to talk a little bit more fantasy football. We're going to talk some Chiefs. We're definitely going to talk about Arch Manning because we have not even uttered his name. As for, we mentioned disappointments in college football and his name didn't come up. He should be number one on that list. We'll talk about him And then, of course, what's trending later on in the show, all here on Cody and Gold 96.5, The Fan, with you for the next, well, all day. We're always with you, but us specifically with you for the next hour and a half. Let's get into some Chiefs stuff here before we move on to anything else. We were just talking off the air about specifically this game, the biggest challenges in this game. But I liked what you said. The Chiefs win if they have a good running game, Pacheco goes off, Mahomes, the offense, whatever it is. So, JT, Drew, we'll start with you. The Chiefs win on Friday, September 5th in Sao Paulo, Brazil, against the Los Angeles Chargers, which you can hear live right here on 96.5 The Fan with Josh Briscoe's pregame coverage starting an hour before the game. The Chiefs win if.
So thinking about this, prefacing what I'm going to say is bare minimum stuff. Like this is a guaranteed win. And I'm going to say the Chiefs are locked and loaded. They win the game 100% if they score first.
Oh, okay. If they score first, that's it.
Chiefs score first, the game's over.
Love it. So when we were talking earlier about this game,
there's other angles too that I think I could go with.
Of course,
but I think if they score first, the game's over.
So when we were talking about this game earlier, and you mentioned the coin toss and the Chiefs winning that coin toss and taking the ball instead of what they usually do and kicking,
I think they should
that's
take
kind
it,
of your angle.
Be definitive.
Okay,
and we got Mahomes. We got an offense that doesn't have Rashee Rice, but it is fully healthy. It's fully loaded. And we're going to come out and we're going to punch you in the mouth.
Dude. We're not here to mess around this year.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
I like that, JT. The Chiefs win if.
The Chiefs win if they can protect Mahomes. Easy as that.
It's a guaranteed win if they protect him?
Yes.
I love it.
Guaranteed?
If the Chiefs give up more than 3 sacks, they're on a fringe of losing. If they keep him under 3 sacks, easy win.
Great.
I like that. And I know we just said sacks isn't a number. So if we want to put in there hurry ups or rush it, like get to the quarterback, I say if they get to the quarterback 9 times, that is a big deal. Big deal. So I'll say that. That's my biggest thing is keeping Patrick Mahomes in the pocket and letting him do his thing without him being rushed or, I guess, having hands to his face.
Let Mahomes cook.
Yep, pretty much.
I mean, that's as simple as it gets. And it's been too long since we've seen that happen on a regular basis. That's changing this season, I believe, because of Josh Simmons. We've talked about him.
It should.
And it should. It should. It will. It will. Yes. Josh Simmons is going to be excellent. The rest of that offensive line, barring Kingsley, who I think just needs to be just fine, just needs to be a guy. And I think he can do that, especially in the run game. I think he'll actually be above average in the run game, but we'll see what he can do in pass protecting. But, yeah, I think that's a good one. I think for me, again, there's a couple angles I could go with. I think about McDuffie on McConkey. I think about some of these rookie edge rushers, right? I think about Ashton Gelati. I think about Omar Norman Lott stopping the run and stopping Omari and Hampton. But honestly, I go back to it, and this is kind of my overall take, and we can discuss it. The Chiefs win if Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce just show up. Just bring their uniforms. That's all they need to do.
So you're locking a win in.
Really?
The Chiefs are winning this game. And let's talk about it, because we've talked about the Chiefs for months. We talk about the Chiefs every day. Let's talk about this Chargers team for a second. And I don't know where you're at with them. We can talk about the AFC West.
They are not going to make the playoffs this year.
Okay,
I actually
great.
like the Broncos more than them.
Okay, great. So we're all on the same page. I like the Broncos more than them. I'm going to go a step further and say that this roster isn't that good.
Oh, straight up, like they're like dare you say they might finish dead last, and they might finish last in the AFC West?
I'm not quite there, because I think the Raiders have bigger holes.
So you're not a Nick Wright guy saying the Raiders will make the playoffs?
No, that take is just clickbaity. I don't like that. I like Nick Wright, but I didn't like that. No, I think the offensive line for the Raiders is an atrocity. Yes, he did. The offensive line for the Raiders is an atrocity. The secondary for the Raiders is abysmal. No, they are not a playoff team. I think they're last in the division, but I think they're a fun team. The Raiders are going to be that 5 or 6 win team that beats the Bills and then the next week loses to the Browns.
Like how they beat the Ravens last season?
That's going to be the Raiders next year. They're going to be fun. Geno, they've got 2 of the most exciting players coming into this year in Brock Bowers and Ashton Genty. But to me, the Chargers, man, there's not a lot to, like, even that, like, you can talk about the star players on the Raiders get me more excited than the star players on the Chargers. They lost their second best player, the Chargers did. Rashawn Slater's gone. You could argue he's their best player, but they lost their second best player in Rashawn Slater.
They still have Derwin James on defense.
Got Derwin James. He's
getting old, though.
Yeah, exactly. He's not what he was a few years ago. McConkey, love Ladd McConkey. He's a second-year player. He's a somewhat of a game changer, but he's not a difference maker in the fact that Khalil Mack's old. He's a top 12 edge rusher, but again, not a difference maker in the fact that I'm not changing my whole game plan because of Khalil Mack. Herbert, I'm a Herbert guy. We've had our skirmishes, if you will, about Justin Herbert.
I think it still remains the same, our takes.
But at the end of the day, dude, I think you and I are in the same that Herbert, like, he's good. He's a good quarterback.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
He's a good quarterback, and he needs to prove to me a little bit more right now too, what he can do.
I think after last season, yes. I think everybody is on the. I understand that your wide receivers still aren't the greatest, but you've got a competent head coach who knows what he's doing.
Yes.
And it's time for you to get a playoff win. It's time for you to get to that, at least get to the playoffs again and put yourself in a position to win.
You have to do it. And the built-in excuse is already there. Well, Rashawn Slater's hurt. Nah, I don't care. Your offensive line's still going to be really good. It's not going to be great
compared to other teams that struggle with offensive line and have delivered. Yeah,
it'll still be good. And Joe Alt will go to the left side. It'll still be good. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, I get. And talk about the defense. We haven't even talked about the defense besides Khalil Mack. The secondary, Enzo and James. If the secondary is not going to be good, they haven't been able to get the quarterback in years.
Junior anymore?
I believe.
Or is he still there?
I'd have to check on that. But
sorry to put you on the spot.
No, you're fine.
But yeah, I don't.
But either way, this is a team that defensively they don't have a lot of playmakers, a lot of difference makers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're rolling with the same like defensive line that they've had for a minute in Deshaun Hand and Tierra Tart. Tuipulotu off of the edge still. Denzel Perriman's fine. I don't think they do. No, I think he's gone. Yeah, they went and got Dante Jackson, who's like an older corner who used to be a speed guy, who's now just an older guy. Like this is a team that is older and not really exciting. This roster is not that good. Like Harbaugh is great. I'm a big Harbaugh guy. I'm a big Herbert defender. But this is a team that's with good drafting and good trade acquisitions and good use of assets is at best a year away. Seriously,
you're giving off like 9 and 8 vibes.
Yeah,
or like 8 and 9.
8 and 9, 9 and 8. This is a fun team. I'm not saying they're bad, but like, dude, even behind Ladd McConkey, like I like Keenan Allen a lot. I like Keenan Allen. Trey Harris is a fun rookie.
Yeah.
Got Will Dissly. Like, we'll see what Omari and Hampton is. The Rashawn Slater injury is massive, as we've mentioned. But yeah, man, the Chargers, not super exciting to me. So I think this week one, to bring it full circle.
All I got to do is show up, huh?
Show up. The spread's 3, dude.
Yeah, I'm surprised at that. I think the Chiefs will cover.
They'll win double digits.
I agree. Yes, no, cover.
Double-digit win.
We'll cover.
Cover, not a double-digit win.
I don't know about a double-digit win. I feel like a late sneaky, we lost by 9 points. We scored a touchdown or we kicked a field goal to make it look better for the Chargers.
I feel like JT's been having to slow me down today. There's been a couple of moments where I could see him in his eyes like, hey, he's like, whoa, buddy.
Absolutely have.
It's like, hey, let's reel that in.
Are we gonna so obviously in college football, the week one is like always hitting the unders. No more better example than this year. Is the NFL is the NFL a typical under in the first week, or is this I mean, obviously it's a lot harder, I think, in the NFL than college is.
Well, I would say this. I feel like the reason the unders
to predict
hit so
it at
much
least
in college is because this is their actual first time hitting pads against someone else other than their players or teammates.
Sure.
Now you go out with the NFL, you get 3 preseason games. You've had
that helps.
Training camp. So I think I wouldn't say, okay, since all the college football hit the unders, they're all going to hit the unders. I think there will be some that hit the over, but also I think there will be a bunch that hit under in the NFL. It's just there was a lot of hype for this week for college football, and I think Vegas took that and like, you know what, we're going to see how much they want to hit that over for us because we want to see points.
People always love the overs. They always, if you've watched college football for the last few seasons, I think there's a trend of just it's week one. To your point, JT, there's no preseason. It's always a little bit uglier. Like the team, Ohio State might be a national champion. Texas, Arch, they might figure it out. It's week one. I think you got to pump the brakes a little bit, and we'll get to Arch in a little bit.
At 1, yeah.
But week one always looks a little bit sloppier and a little bit more inefficient. Things aren't communicated properly. The over-under, by the way, for that Chiefs-Chargers game is 44.5. I would say, based on my score prediction, I'm thinking of it goes under.
Yeah, I agree.
So
barely under.
So you think it's under 44?
Yes. I would
Yeah,
guess.
I'd go like 24.
I was thinking 24-20, so it'd be like right on a bad beat, I guess.
Which I think the NFL is so much tougher to predict over-unders for. I did do a little tally. I looked at some of the over-unders for college. If you bet $100 on 10 over-unders, you'd have won 64 grand. Which, looking back, I bet 5 or 6 over-unders, and I hit on some of them, but I did them individually. And I was like, man, I had to parlay those together.
Yeah, but that's the hindsight betting.
Did you see the guy that took all of Lee Corso's
Dude,
picks
yes.
and won money on it? Because
shout out to Lee Corso, man.
Lee Corso went out with a bang.
Yes, man. Yes, I've got a fun Lee Corso question that we can get to later on the show, man. Yeah, that was an awesome way to go out for him. That was great. Yep. Should it have been maybe a few years ago? Yeah, we've all talked about that. It's been discussed, but either way, it happened, and it was awesome the way it did. He went out in a great way. It was awesome. They should have been. I think you said it before the show. They should have been Columbus.
They were in Columbus, Ohio.
They weren't. So the week 2 debate was, should they be in Columbia for?
Oh, that's what I wanted to ask you.
KUMU, but they're not. They're going to Oklahoma.
They should be in Columbia. That makes more sense.
Ask you, because I have a buddy who's a huge Oklahoma fan. He was like, "Hey, I need you to ask Drew what's his thoughts about Michigan and OU next week. Do you think it's actually the game of the week, and that's why College Game Day is going there?"
Okay, from a national perspective, yes. From a local perspective, of course not. From a should you embrace from a rivalry standpoint and what college football is, Kansas, Missouri should be game day. If we're talking pageantry, tradition, history, rivalries, they should be in Columbia for KUMU. From a who are the better teams standpoint across the country, it makes sense why they picked Michigan and Oklahoma, but I still think in its entirety for what college football stands for and everything like that, they should absolutely be in Columbia for the Border War.
Okay.
Love it. Have a lot of college football going on later in the show here with you until 2 o'clock, and then Jay Binkley and Chris Uno-Sarah.
How about them Badgers, baby? They're 1-0.
Hey, there you go. There you go. Tigers, 1-0.
We want to know.
Balls 1-0.
Hey, who's the Vols got this week?
That's a good question. I actually...
You know it's no one important when you don't know.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. It's East Tennessee State.
Hang on. K-State almost lost to North Dakota.
Come on.
Anyways.
Also, North Dakota,
next week's Georgia, though.
We found out North Dakota is in the Missouri Valley Football Conference.
Is that right?
Yes. North Dakota.
Yeah, because they're with NDSU in South Dakota, and South Dakota State, which, I mean, that conference is loaded, but...
Makes you one of the things you learn, right?
The things you Are you ready to get to a question that's random?
That's what I'm saying, baby.
Let's get to it.
Let's do it. Random question of the day.
Random question.
All right, for you, Drew, for you, Mac, for people that are listening, even though you can't text in, this is for you.
we keep it a buck at this station, and I'm sure there have been plenty of people who have texted in. We thank you for that.
Yeah, definitely.
Unfortunately, we can't we can't see them right now.
Anyway, so I just got an apartment with the fiance, moving in.
Ooh, congratulations!
Thank you.
Congrats, man.
It's way nicer from a 45-minute drive to the station to 15.
Dude,
so it's
I bet. Yeah.
Yes.
No kidding.
But anyway.
Living together?
Yes, living together. So here's the question. I am a person that likes my toilet paper to roll off right in front of me where I can just pull and take. I'm learning very fast. My fiance don't give a crap. And when she changes it, sometimes she'll just put it on top of the holder and sometimes she'll put it on backwards. Is there a proper way to put the toilet paper on? Because I think there is.
Yes, and it's the way that you do it, the way that you prefer doing it.
Okay.
Where it rolls towards you.
Yeah.
And let me be clear, your girlfriend either is putting it on the way where it rolls back, or does she always put it on the roller though?
She puts it on the counter.
One time she just put it on the counter. I was like, are you kidding me?
Dude. So we'll get to that. That is my number one pet peeve, dude.
Number one?
That right now, dude, me and Hannah are going at it with the toilet paper thing. I'm tired of turning in the morning at 4 a.m. to wake up with Vesco and Dusty, and I've got a number 2 dude in the morning. Those things are real, man. That's an intense moment.
Man,
and I turn back.
You're so disappointed.
Sorry, man. You really got me going.
Dude,
here,
I
JT.
love this. Is a great random question. This is very good.
And you turn around, and that thing is not replaced. New toilet paper's there, and she just leaves I'm just grasping at cardboard. Come on, man. That triggers me, dude. But either way, yes.
Max level of disappointment. he goes and he sits down and he looks over and it's like, are you kidding me?
What the hell?
Just think if Tennessee loses a game and he goes into the bathroom and it's on
no, you're right. You're 100% right, JT. At this rate, Matt would blow a gasket if they lose.
Legitimately, I'm just like, put it on the roll, get a new one out. Don't screw me over. And then man, if I could get her to put it on the roll would be one thing. Putting it on the right way, that's a whole other argument, JT. I can't get there, but I do agree with you. He's right.
So I thought you were saying originally, like, she'll put it on backwards. You're saying after it's used, she'll just leave it there and not replace it.
Yes.
I can understand why that'd be a little bit annoying.
I'm like, dude, it's right under the sink. Grab it.
Ball for the
replace it.
What was that?
Oopsie. I hit the wrong button.
Oh, you're fine.
No, you're
yeah. So I'm just like replace it, because then I'm again 4:00 in the morning, dark. I've got I don't want to get into the graphic details.
No.
But you know what I'm saying? Come on.
When you're done, you don't want to have to waddle on over to open the cabinet.
And that has been a poopy waddle. That's what I've been every morning, dude. So we've got to change that. I love this random question.
Hey, can you clip that, please, and save it and put it in the Fesco folder?
We're clipping all that.
And also text Dusty tomorrow so he knows to play it.
Dude, yeah, you gotta roll in front though. I agree with you, JT. He's right. I don't think there's much argument.
I agree, because it doesn't bother me to the point where it's a pet peeve of mine. It is a little bit annoying where normally, but this is the thing. The wife and I think similarly about this. So we're on the same page of just place it, it's right there. Actually, to do that. So we're on the side of the cabinet or like the counter. There's a little gap where we don't put the toilet paper under the sink. We just pop it, slide it right in between the toilet and the cabinet. So it's easy where, 100%.
I like that. We've got a smaller, I may try that actually. I'm now thinking about the layout and where I can maybe try to remedy this problem.
And look,
I need to rectify this issue in my household.
If you're concerned that if somebody comes over to your place and is like, why do they just have toilet paper on the floor? Then they're not a real individual.
Come on,
if you want to keep it, yes, exactly. You keep it real in the household, and it's just life.
Baby.
You just let the toilet paper sit in the not on the floor, but in the bag still. Yeah.
That's life.
I was not expecting that to be the random question of the day.
I was not expecting to get heated. I was like, random question of the day, let's go. And then you brought up that toilet paper thing, dude.
Congratulations, though, on getting the apartment, though, and being closer and everything like that. Obviously, it's a big change, and everything like that.
Oh, it's a huge change. The biggest change so far has been our dog. It's losing its, like, what is happening? Because my parents have 2 dogs. And so it goes
you told me this, so it doesn't have his friends.
2 dogs, and now it's
buddies.
got one. It's just us. And so every time I come home, he's running around like, where's more friends? I'm like, you're not getting another friend right now.
We hold your horses on that. That'll be a minute.
We get it in toys and stuff. And yesterday it was so funny, or Saturday it was so funny. My fiance takes a nap, and I send her a picture, and she's just sitting between my lap, sitting straight up, just staring at the TV. I go, I'm teaching her right. The college football dog is here.
Good job, JT. Good for you.
Man. I love it. Yeah, 2 dogs is a game changer. You don't think it is. You get that second one, you're like, whoa, it's a lot more work. So
dude, I want to get a puppy so bad.
They're the best. They're the best. They are a lot of work, as everyone says, but it's not even so much fun.
It's not the work as much as it is the time, but it's also just the cost of that adjustment is really the number one thing. Otherwise, I would have been
$1,000,000%.
Gotten the puppy.
$1,000,000%.
Yeah, don't go after a French bulldog then, because I've had a Frenchie. I love a Frenchie. I've always wanted a Frenchie, and I had one. I got one right as I graduated college, and it was my best friend. And sadly, 3 days before it turned 2, it suddenly just passed away. And that
is tragic, dude.
That killed me.
I'm so sorry about that.
So I was so upset. I did something probably stupid, and I found another one, and I said, I'm buying you right now. And I bought another one about a month later. And,
Did you?
And now we're best friends again. And so
yes, good. Yeah. That's good. Well, I'm so sorry. That is tragic. I mean, it's like losing a family member. It really is. I mean, pets, man, they're the best. I got 2 at home. I can't wait to see them. But we've got an hour left. We got an hour of fun.
And we're going to get to a disappointing quarterback that you evidently don't. I don't think you like this guy very much.
I've got some serious question marks about this guy. We all watched him Saturday morning. It was the first big game. We're going to talk about him, but make sure Sports Talk on the Fan presented by Paramount Plus. You can't count on much these days, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday on CBS and Paramount Plus all season long. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today. Make sure you stay locked in. It's 96.5 The Fan. It's your home for the K-State Wildcats.
This is Cody and Gold.
You will not decorate my balls, period. I will decorate my balls.
Brought to you by Heartland Men's Health, the leader in men's sexual health. Thousands of men have been successfully treated for low T, ED, and more, all with discretion and compassion. Make your appointment at heartlandmenshealth.com. 96.5, The Fan.
Man, if your stream isn't as strong as it used to be, or you're taking more breaks to the bathroom than the last 2 minutes of a televised football game,
There's another timeout. We'll be back after this.
it's time to get checked. An enlarged prostate, or BPH, could be the cause. And Kansas City Urology Care is here to help. Fast answers, trusted care. Don't wait. Come see Kansas City's largest, most experienced, and most advanced urology team. Visit kcuc.com today. At KCUC, you see the best in KC.
I'm Mitch Holtis, voice of the Kansas City Chiefs. Choosing the best doctor for your eyes is one of the most important medical decisions you'll ever make. Whether you're considering blade-free LASIK, all laser cataract surgery, and premium lens implants, or want a world-renowned doctor to help with your glaucoma, macular degeneration, dry eyes, or diabetes, trust my doctor, Dr. Steven Silverstein. Call Silverstein Eye Centers to make an appointment, 816-358-3600. Experience the best eye care in Kansas City.
Rally House, shop every team in town. College and pro, come on, it's time to go.
The season starts at Rally House. From jerseys and hats to tumblers for game day, it's where outrageous selection meets every fan's style.
Kansas, Missouri, Kansas State, Chiefs and Royals make KC great. Rally House, Rally House. It's your city, it's your house, it's a Rally House.
Level up your fandom in-store or online at rallyhouse.com.
What we've been doing is pulling one of the people that sells a car every month and giving them a prize.
Give Me the VIN is giving away $25,000 in cash every month.
David Ling sold your car last
I sold a 2020 RX 350.
Yeah. Open that check up and tell me what it says.
$25,000.
$25,000. Give me that. David Ling of Claremont, California is the latest winner in GiveMeTheVin.com's big cash giveaway. $25,000. What am I getting for being here? No purchase necessary. For official rules, go to GiveMeTheVin.com. Sell us your car.
What matters to you matters to us. That's why Busey Bank takes the time to understand your goals and build solutions that fit your story. From everyday banking to long-term planning, our team is here to help you navigate every stage with care and expertise. We're more than a bank. We're your neighbor, your advisor, and your advocate. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Member FDIC.
Around here, we've got each other's backs. When it comes to health insurance, we want that same kind of support. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City gets that. They're from around here too. Backed by the national strength of the Cross and Shield, they help you make confident choices, no matter where you are. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City. From here, for wherever you are. That's the benefit of blue.
This is Dana Hughes. In Kansas City football, we honor tradition, but we always look forward to what's next. That's why I'm all in for Flight by Yingling. It's brewed by the oldest brewery in America, but built for today. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, crisp, clean, and full of flavor, just the way a light beer should be. It's got the legacy and the stats to back it up. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer and the official beer of Dana Hughes. VG Yingling and Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WebNow1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
Football is back, and Underdog is one of the best places to select entries and win money all football season long. And you can play right now in your state in Missouri. It's super easy. You just choose which players will go higher or lower than your favorite stats: touchdowns, receiving yards, interceptions. You could be sitting at the stadium tonight watching some Cincinnati versus Nebraska and find yourself making those selections from your seat right here in Missouri. You can play with as little as $1 over at Underdog as well and win up to 1,000 times your money. Plus, they allow you to mix and match sports. So if you wanted to get on some baseball action tonight, that is available over at Underdog as well. Download the app today. Sign up using promo code TAPP, T-A-P-P, to score $50 in bonus funds when you play your first $5. That's promo code TAPP, T-A-P-P. Join the millions of fans who have already won billions making plays on Underdogs and be next. Must be 18 plus and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms. _DFS_.html for details. Concern with your play. Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit www.ncbgambling.org.
This Labor Day at Lowe's, shop member-only doorbuster deals for a limited time. Save $50 on an Ego string trimmer, now $169. Plus, get 50% off select Holland pavers. Not a rewards member? Sign up for free today. But hurry, Labor Day doorbuster deals won't last long. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 9/1 while supplies last. Program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel. Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Inside the Huddle is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City. Discover the benefit of blue.
Have you watched Die Royal Decree? How about Chiefs Take Tuesday? Or would you rather Wednesday? Follow us on Instagram at TheFan965 for exclusive video content, giveaways, and behind-the-scenes action. 96.5 The Fan, KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, in Odyssey Sports Station.
Rocking and rolling here on a Labor Day Monday. You're listening to 96.5 The Fan, your home for Chiefs football. It's Cody and Gold. Mac Morey with you alongside Drew Nixon, JT Noah producing the damn thing. Just less than an hour away from Chris Unacero and Jay Binkley. And oh my God.
Bink showed up at 9:15 this morning. He was locked and loaded, dude. He it's like he'd been awake for... It's like
he almost beat you guys in.
No, seriously. He came in. I mean, he was like ready to go. He was
on
one.
9:15.
He was on one, dude. He was ready to go. It's great. So
I wonder if he slept at all this week.
No, I don't think so. This weekend, I think it's just been football. I mean, didn't you say you were just outside in the bullpen? I mean, you just heard him saying.
Yeah, they were talking about football again.
And I think he went to where did he say?
To Georgia Tech. He turned around and looked at the desktop to do some research. It's like, Bink, relax. You're not doing the show yet. Calm down.
I think he went to Georgia Tech.
Save it for the show.
But it was, dude, I mean, I can't blame him though, because I am revved up. I mean, I'm excited too. I'm
100%.
This weekend was so fun. College football is back, and it's a warm up for what we're about to get this week. Thursday, Friday, Saturday's a great day of college football. Sunday, it's Red Zone. It's my 3 TVs, 6 games on at a time, baby. It's Monday Night Football doubleheader.
Scott Hansen.
I mean, it's
the fiance's in for a new one. She's never had a Sunday with
Oh,
Scott Hansen.
Dude, it's gonna be
Hold
on. God, I'm so excited to be back.
She's like, you're actually gonna watch it for 7 hours? It's like, yeah.
No,
she's like,
of
what
course.
am I gonna do? I go, well, you have a TV in your
Of
bedroom
course.
you could go to. She goes, wow, okay.
Dang.
Yeah, no, it's time. No, it's time. I've got 3 TVs ready to go.
Okay.
4 square, 1 on each, so 6 games. It'll be great. But this last weekend, we were given some okay games, not some great games. I think the game of the night was last night, Catholics versus Convicts, Notre Dame versus Miami. And I thought Miami was one of the surprises of the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Carson Beck was great. One of the surprises in the other direction was Texas, specifically Arch Manning. I was pretty disappointed. Now, I'm not going to overreact and say that Arch Manning sucks. It's over.
Yeah, please don't.
The nepotism stuff, the Nepo baby stuff coming out on Twitter. Let's chill on that for a second.
Has there actually been any of that? Because I will say this.
Yes.
for all the crap that Shedeur Sanders has gotten, the energy, people need to hold the same energy when it comes to, I'm not saying
it's happening
because I think it was wrong to do it to Shedeur, it's wrong to do it to Arch, but for those people who had that energy there, you cannot change up your
switch up now.
Your tone with Arch. I agree, he was disappointing.
Dude, I mean, he was missing open throws in the dirt.
He was overthrowing. The one, he had 2 interceptions, one that counted, another one that did not. Both of those were under. The one that stands out to me is there was one play, I think it was the third down before they failed the fourth and the game was over. He tried to sidearm a ball to an open player that was going to get the first down, and instead he threw it a little bit behind him. Ball hit his hands, probably should have caught it still, but he's sidearming a 5-yard pass that's behind the guy. It's like, dude, I think he's thinking too much. I think he's trying to make a play or trying to be flashy. I don't know what it is, but and this is, I think, the media's fault. I wasn't about Arch like that. I thought he was a top 10 quarterback in college football. I would put him as that.
Okay.
I would say.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
But he was not top 5 in my mind at all compared to some of the other guys who are there. But for people to crown him like Paul Feinbaum, I love Paul Feinbaum, but he's basically said he's the best quarterback since Tim Tebow.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
you cannot miss a throw like that. And I think that's just an expectation going forward. Now, is Texas national title chances done? No. Can they still win the SEC? Yes. All of those things. And I think part of this is just a product of week 1, what we talked about earlier, and it not being the cleanest, smoothest play. However, given the hype, I understand why people would watch that game
scored 7 points
and be really concerned about, and it was late in the game. They couldn't do anything.
They had
all
life
game
at
long.
the end. They had life at the end, to be fair. And those were the few flashes that Arch showed were in the fourth.
I do think, and Quintravion Wisener and CJ Baxter, like they're going to be they're a collectively very good football team, which is why, again, they're number 1 in the country. Running the ball, they were very assertive and effective. That's why they were able to do some things. But when it came down to Arch needing to make plays, to your point, it wasn't happening. Once it all comes together, and I think it will, they'll be fine. Julian saying he didn't have the numbers, but I thought he carried himself well. C.J. Donaldson, I think, is a big question for Ohio State, where offensively, Jeremiah Smith is really good, but who else is going to step up on offense at wide receiver? They got Carnell Tate, who's really nice, and he's been there a while, but it doesn't feel like Ohio State has the who's who of NFL players on offense like they have traditionally in the last few years. You have the question here in our rundown, should LSU be favorites over Ohio State? I would say yes, absolutely. I think that I trust LSU's roster.
I think so too.
Just in Garrett Nussmeier more than I would Julian Sand at this point, but I think that's part of the beauty of this season, though, is that when looking at it, we had Texas and Ohio State and Oregon and Georgia, even to an extent, that had quarterbacks where you're like, I don't know how good these guys actually are. Where on the flip side, you have Penn State and Clemson and Miami with Carson Beck, who all are more experienced guys. There's a mixed bag across the way. If we're talking individual players, I do really think that one guy that stood out was Devin Dampier for Utah. Obviously, we joked about Nico a little bit, but Devin Dampier, the transfer from New Mexico there, a lot of people have been high on him.
Yeah, man.
He looked really good and impressive.
He was awesome.
I do think a little bit of disappointing stuff, and I don't know if it's not individually a player, but a unit, is Clemson. I think to an extent their run game is a problem. They can't run the football, and if that's going to be that way all year, not only is they shouldn't be able, they're not going to be able to win any game or any stretch of games come January to make it to the college football playoff. I'd be a little bit concerned from that standpoint, but a lot of this I think is just week 1 stuff. We'll see how it gets better, but again, the beauty of college football, I think, is some of the craziness that can happen. And when you don't have a preseason and you see games like this, these are massive games for implications for the playoff in week 1 where nobody's really had any time to prep. So that's where we see more upsets potentially happen. That's how we see more chaos. Team-wise, Miami, maybe the most impressive team all weekend. I know that they're number 10 in the country, but they came out and looked assertive. They were very good. I know that Notre Dame almost came back and won the game, but they got maybe the best offensive and defensive lines in football in the country.
Okay.
Like, their offensive line is meant to win a national title. Their offensive line is very good. I could see Miami making a run at this. It's very funny. Along the lines of what I mentioned with Missouri, I think some of the things are the same for Miami with Carson Beck. They're only going to be, and on a lot of teams, they're only going to be as good as the quarterback is. I think Texas is in a similar facet. Like, the team is built to win. Miami is built to win. Missouri, defensively is very good. Offensively, they've got Ahmad Hardy in there. The wide receiver core, transfer portal in, they got a really good crew. They'll be as good as the quarterback is. And if the quarterback's fine, they're not going to be as good as people think. If he's really good, for Missouri, they can make the playoff. For Texas, if Arch is really good and he turns it around, they're in contention absolutely to win a national title. Like, we'll have to see how things go. It's easy to react after week 1, though. Because part of me, like,
it's dangerous too. It's fun.
I really had to reserve myself from just going on Twitter and being like, man, Arch really does, like, he stinks, but he doesn't, like, I think he had some really bad throws.
So
we'll have to see how it goes from here on out.
Terrible throws.
I took 2 things away from the Ohio State-Texas game. One is Matt Patricia coached his tail off on defense. He was given...
Jim Knowles leaving, no problem for Ohio State.
And the second is I made a funny meme, and it was a meme. It wasn't like a real thing, but I said, is Arch Manny the Bronny James of college football? Like, oh, your name is
Here we go.
Manny.
Okay, so you're along the Nepo.
He's being a little
Davey
facetious.
stuff.
Right. I was being funny about
more of a
it.
joke.
Like,
I got you.
But like, there was things where I thought, okay, yeah, he's a freshman. That's supposed to happen, and it's against the national championship team. And then there was other things like, okay, you missed a throw. Like, you're not supposed to miss those throws. So I was like, okay, there's a lot to take away, but I think also you could take a step back and think about it in a full view and be like, okay, that was against Ohio State, not a true freshman, but first collegiate start in the shoe. It was going to be a tough task. I didn't think they were going to win.
Of course.
Right.
I thought Ohio State was going to win the game.
Exactly. So I think there was a lot to take away, and I just think the mountain where the expectation was way too high for Arch Manny to go into game 1.
Yeah,
no doubt. But let's lower that mountain. Was it? Could it reach? A hill? I mean, come on. He didn't play well. Like, he's not reaching a normal expectation.
Yeah,
I agree.
I
the expectations are that of like a Trevor Lawrence. Like, he's coming in with his uncle's expectations, right? Like, that's what it is. You're Peyton Manning. You're Eli Manning. Like, that's what you are. You're the next guy.
He didn't reach a Texas quarterback caliber expectation in this game, which is, again,
this is a guy who couldn't beat out Quinn Ewers last year. So we have to remind ourselves, right?
I think it's
6th-round pick.
I think it is credit to it's more Ohio State than it is to me Arch in this one, because I think their defense is that good. I mean, Caleb Downs, if we went pound for pound best player, he's the best player in the draft coming up. If we took best player available, he is number 1. Caleb Downs. He's that good.
Yes.
They have a great defense. Obviously, Matt Patricia doing his thing. It feels like to me, and there was a moment where they ended up going for it and not getting it on a 4th down. They ran the ball 4 times in a row, like inside the 5.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like to me at times Sark was maybe trying to play it too safe with Arch, like he didn't want.
You don't want to take the training wheels off.
Not that he
Dan
didn't.
Orlovsky action.
Not that he didn't trust him, but I felt like there was a little bit of that where it's like, Sark, let him. And look, if he lets him do his thing, and Texas loses and they lose by 14 points, fine. But you're letting him experience that, be in the moment, having to make all the plays. And he suffers the consequences of it, where now we don't really know how to feel about Arch. We really don't know how to feel about it, where now, I mean, they play San Jose State, they play UTEP and Sam Houston. Like, they're going to win those games.
Is in the swamp. Like, it's so wild.
Again, and the Florida game, I think Florida is really, really good this year.
There's no
think,
in between until you don't get a real good game of you're not playing Vanderbilt or something.
You're playing in one of the toughest environments to start out your SEC schedule. I mean, it's very difficult. It's very difficult for them. I don't know. The part of this, I think all of this, though, in this conversation makes this season, I think, for college football so much fun. Because a lot of times in the past, Oregon, Ohio State are the best teams in the country, and it's whatever. We have no idea who is really good and who is not.
Exactly.
And we're probably not going to know for the next few weeks. Like, after week 3 or 4, we might have an idea. But there's going to be so much changing that goes on this season. I think it makes it so much fun for a football consumer, especially for a college football fan.
And there will be a few in the heap of the names that we've all talked about offseason that really do turn out. Be a few of those that go the other way. There will be a couple surprise names that come out of nowhere and go, this guy, we didn't know this guy was on this level, sort of thing. Like, there's so many of those guys.
Another team that impressed, too, we're going into the Group of 5 conversation to talk about, like, playoffs. USF destroyed Boise State on Thursday. They won 34-7.
Wow.
And Boise State's top 25 team.
Supposedly.
Yeah, correct.
Allegedly.
So I picked USF not just because my sister's in grad school there, but Alex Golesh is doing really good stuff there. But the group of 5 conversation as well is not like everybody last year was like, well, Boise State is Ashton Genty. Like if you're a college football fan and also even if you're a casual fan, I think for the playoff as it's concerned, you should be paying attention to the American Conference and like the Sun Belt and these other schools where whether it's Tulane, who beat Northwestern, by the way, they killed them. If it's Tulane or Memphis, I have Memphis making the playoff. UTSA, James Madison, Liberty. You can go 5 or 6, 7 deep, and you're going to have fun following the group of 5 conversation to see who makes the college football playoff. Like, there's something for everybody in that mix.
Did you hear that Tulane story, though, about, like, how they were upset with Northwestern?
Yeah, they wouldn't let them wear the away jerseys that they wore after Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah,
I saw
and
that.
so they were like, we're going to take it out on. We're going to run the score up. I'm like, okay, all right.
John Summer, shout out to John Summerall, man.
Also,
he's a very good college football coach.
I know you said Miami was your most impressive team. To me, I thought not the most disappointing team, but the most disappointing play style was Notre Dame. I didn't like how they weren't giving the ball to Jeremiah Love.
Oh, okay.
I thought they should have given the ball more to Love.
Some missed opportunities there.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Also, that's a team to me that we're going to hear more from. That's a team that
Jaden Greathouse didn't get thrown the ball barely if at all, and he's their best wide receiver. Yeah, I think Notre Dame will be fine.
They left a lot of meat on the bone last night. But they're a good team.
But the thing is people got to realize Notre Dame, if they still win out, they're going to make the college football playoffs. Like
here, let me give you the schedule.
Their schedule is pretty weak. They got Boise State. I know they got Texas A&M next weekend.
The best team they have left on the schedule is A&M, maybe USC, and maybe Boise State.
And don't they have A&M at home this year?
Why everyone hates Notre Dame, dude?
Yeah, I know. Independent school.
Join a conference.
In fairness.
Oh, go on. Yeah, give me it.
I don't back up Notre Dame normally. At all. As a matter of fact, I don't like Notre Dame.
No, you're a Milwaukee Panthers fan.
Correct. But traditionally they play an ACC heavy schedule. They play this year though. They don't play Clemson. They don't play SMU. They don't play. They just played Miami. So in fairness, they played Miami.
Yeah, they lost.
They'll play NC State. They'll play Boston College. They'll play Pitt. They'll play Syracuse and Stanford. Like they're playing. Their schedule is light compared to other teams in the AC. Like they have a light schedule for what they consider ACC. Now they do play Arkansas on the road. Arkansas again, not the team that you would expect in the SEC for Notre Dame to be playing. The best team they got is A&M left. They definitely can run the table.
Is A&M at Notre Dame this year?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And they beat A&M.
Next week?
They beat A&M in their house last year. That is.
This upcoming week.
I think it is next week. Yes.
Okay.
I do want.
This week.
I feel bad.
Well,
I want to give Missouri State a shout out. I feel bad for them. They started FBS play for the first time ever. They got beat by 60. They lost 73-13 to USC. Ryan Beard is good. Look, they're going to be okay.
73.
They gave up 73 points.
That's a lot.
They lost 73-13. So
I want to say something about Missouri State. Not Chris Collins.
I think. Hang on. Are you throwing some shade at them?
No.
Okay.
I sounded like he was about to. I was like, whoa.
Colin Cowherd made a video yesterday on Twitter going, oh, man.
Because he loves USC.
He goes, I think USC's back. They beat a no-name school in Maine and then goes back and goes, wait, I think it was Missouri. My bad. I go, are you kidding me?
He never knows.
That's such
a cad.
Yeah. Dude, what is
He goes,
this?
it doesn't matter. They beat them. And I'm like, well, they're supposed to beat them, Colin. Chill.
Yeah.
No, I look, USC might be a lot better. They might be really good this year. Like, they might go 9-3, 10-2 potentially. Like, they've got...
I think that's good for college football.
They have Jordan Maava. Like, to your point, Mac, real quick before we go to break.
No, you're fine. We've got a couple
Somebody
minutes.
mentioned, and I saw this, you're right about USC. Somebody else, like Notre Dame, love them or hate them. Notre Dame being good at football is really good for the game.
Miami being good.
Miami's one of these
somebody
teams,
mentioned,
right?
This is the thing. It's not only Miami. Miami being good, Florida being good.
Yep.
Again. Florida
USC.
State being involved. USF is also legit. Like the state of Florida. The state of Florida is, if they make the playoff though, hey.
Yeah, I get it, but I'm just saying for the
Florida
state of college
State,
football.
Miami, Notre Dame, USC, Michigan, because Michigan was bad for a few years. They were not very good. Jim Harbaugh comes in, they fix things up, they look good again. Texas being as good as they are. It makes it's the big brands in college football being good again, which makes it fun for casual fans to pay attention to because it's the big brands. Like if it's Michigan and USC and Texas and Alabama, like even Alabama, if they fall off, Alabama traditionally, before Nick Saban was there, they were kind of there, Like they were fine.
Yep.
So
Bear Bryant, that vacancy between Bear Bryant and Nick Saban was pretty wide.
There's so many like LSU being good obviously is good for the game. The SEC is a little bit like Florida being good because Florida's had some down years over the last, since Urban Meyer, really. They've had some struggles. Like all those big brands being back is really good for college football.
Mac, FYI, week 3 is when Notre Dame and A&M play each other. Week 3, so not this coming Saturday.
Okay, so 2 weeks. Okay.
But I'm telling you, that week 3 has got some good games previewed. Florida, LSU, Wisconsin, Alabama.
Hey, the way the way the Crimson Tide look. Watch out for them badges.
Yeah, I know Georgia Tennessee
is that week as
and I think
well.
that's at Georgia.
Yeah. So Notre Dame, A&M play at the same time as the big boys, LSU and Florida.
That's gonna be man. What a day! What a
Yeah.
day!
Hang on. Hang on. You just gave out that schedule. This is what I'm about to do right now.
Okay.
In the NFL.
Yeah.
In week 3.
Yeah.
Colts, Titans, Packers, Browns, Bills, Dolphins, Steelers, Patriots.
Well, no, you need to go to week 2.
Jets. No.
But he's talking about week 3. Oh yeah, but it would be week 2. He's right. It would be week 2. It would be week 2 of the NFL.
So next week.
Not this Sunday, but the next.
I'm sorry. Anyways, Giants, Cowboys, Bears, Lions, Rams, Titans, Patriots, Dolphins, Niners, Saints, Bills, Jets, Steelers, Seahawks. The college football weekend is miles better than the NFL slate. Miles.
It's not
the only good game that
That's
week.
What's great about the NFL is all those games will be good.
But hang on a second. Just because the game's close does not mean it's good. You and Cody are on the same lines as this.
The talent level will be better. The game will be better. The games will be better.
If the Panthers and Cardinals is 17-13 as a final score, that does not mean that does not mean the game is better.
I'd need context. I'm not saying it's a good game based on the score. You guys surely wouldn't be either. A defensive game doesn't mean a bad game, right? We're not winning 40 points a game, right?
I will schedule the tweet now that you mentioned. I will schedule the tweet, and I will at Alex and at Cody, and I will at you now as well, Mac.
Oh, please do.
After week 3 of the college football season, give me tomorrow's NFL slate is not touching this one. I guarantee. I'm going to schedule the tweet to come out at 9 p.m. on Saturday night. With what you just gave, JT, week 3 of the college football season will be better than week 2 of the NFL season by a mile.
By a mile.
By a mile.
No,
That's
it won't.
wild.
No, it won't. No, it won't. No college slate will be. It's sad. They just can't
Also,
get there.
South Florida and
doesn't
Miami
get me
play
nearly
that
as
week.
amped up.
That'd be interesting. South Florida and Miami. You just said you think South Florida could be a good group of 5 team going into Miami. That is not going to probably be pretty.
All you guys need to appreciate college football
I love
a little
college
bit more.
football. It just doesn't better than the
Just remember, he's a Tennessee fan, so he doesn't know much.
Dude, I listen.
I'm from where? Okay, no. I'm from here, but I've lived in Tennessee for 10 years. Hang
on. No.
Come on.
Mac,
I'm Mecca.
Mac, I'm going to give you a minute. Can you roast Missouri? You have all the time in the world right now to roast Missouri if you'd like to.
Missouri, no, it's not a blip on my radar. Like roasting them, taking a minute out of my time, it wouldn't be worth it. That's how little I care.
The last time we played, we ran it up on you.
About Missouri. Oh, that's great. That's great.
Josh
Heupel. Come on.
In fairness, the last time they played a full season, Missouri didn't make the playoff and Tennessee made the playoff.
There we go. Thank you. Now, I
new podcast coming out. We're talking about the Missouri Tigers, by the way.
Hey,
let's go.
That man
When's it come out?
Wednesdays.
Let's go.
Mr. Brightside's going to be loud on Saturday.
And on Saturday after the game, right after the game, we'll do immediate reaction on Instagram Live. So come on and be a part of it.
I will be.
We were talking some college football. We will do more of that. We'll also do some what's trending. We'll talk about the best league in all of sports, the NFL, of course, because the Chiefs have a game this Friday. The Chiefs Kingdom. Let's get ready, guys. I'm excited. It is this week. We'll come back with what's trending and get into it all on the other side. You're listening to 96.5 The Fan, your home for Chiefs football.
Watch Cody and Gold on YouTube by subscribing to the 96.5 YouTube channel. Cody and Gold is brought to you by Heartland Men's Health, the leader in men's sexual health. Thousands of men have been successfully treated for low T, ED, and more, all with discretion and compassion. Make your appointment at heartlandmenshealth.com.
All this football talk reminds us that training camp in St. Joe is over. And with football around the corner, why wouldn't you start your training at Centric Training? That's right. They can train you to do the exact job you want to do for the actual season. No shoulder pads and helmet, but train you for the job you want.
Yeah, hone in on the specific skill. Why would you waste your time doing something that, but also that's not going to actually correlate to skills that you're going to need for a future job? And the timing is what's great. We're talking about what the football season can look like here and where the offense can be and everything like that. Well, by the time we are talking about the postseason, you could have a brand new career. You could be through the program in just 4 months. Yeah, 4 months from now, we are talking postseason.
I could be in a Hooters uniform before you're in your new career. That's not great. Look, I'm not saying it's great. I'm just letting you know that could be the case. It's important to get the career that you want. Reach out to Russ at Centric.com.
Every big play starts with a first down, and every financial future starts with the right partner. Main Street Credit Union is not-for-profit and member-owned, which means we invest in you with guidance that's clear, tools that make sense, and people who actually listen. We're here to help you move the chains. Whatever your next move is, auto loan, savings goal, or paying off debt, let's make it one play at a time. Visit MainStreetCU.org to get started.
Hey, almost Andy Reid here. It's been an honor to give back to the community that's embraced me being almost your head coach. Thanks for letting me be part of your team. Renner Garage Door is a teammate of mine that also values the community that they served for decades, always giving back and delivering wins with top brands like Geldon, Amar, and Liftmaster. Need a repair or replacement? Get a free estimate today. Forward and back.
RENNER, RENNER.
Hey, it's Rex here with RexBuysKC.com, your local KC homebuyer. If you own a property in the Kansas City or surrounding area and want to sell it fast and at a fair price, write this number down, 816-330-6000. I'm a private real estate investor, not some hedge fund or large national chain. My family and I live right here in KC. I can pay cash and close on your timeline, even in as little as 3 days. Here at RexBuysKC.com, we are improving Kansas City one house at a time. I buy inherited houses, vacant houses, foreclosure houses, behind in payment houses, my tenant won't pay the rent houses, and properties that need complete rehabs. Do you own a house that's trashed and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great. If you own a house and want to sell it fast, call me at this number, 816-330-6000. That's 816-330-6000. Or go to RexBuysKC.com. That's RexBuysKC.com. And I look forward to working with you.
Football's back, and Underdog is the best place to select entries and win money all season long. And you can play right now in the state of Missouri. And playing on Underdog is easy. Just choose whether your favorite player will go higher or lower on certain stats, like touchdowns, receiving yards, interceptions, and more. Get your entries right, and you can win up to 1,000 times your cash, and you can play with as little as $1. I love combining entries from multiple sports into one selection to see what I can do. The Underdog app is awesome. Download the app today and sign up with promo code BOB to score $50 in bonus funds when you play your first $5 with promo code BOB. Millions of fans have already won billions making plays on Underdog. Will you be next? Underdog. Make plays, win money. Must be 18 and over and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. Having unexpected car trouble or just in a car accident? You need Jay's Southland Tow Service. They have over 20 years of experience servicing the KC Metro. They specialize in light, medium, and heavy duty, as well as commercial transport and construction equipment. Keep this number handy, 816-779-4869 or southlandtow.com. Use the tow service trusted by most local police departments, Jay's Southland Tow Service. There's nothing they can't do, so be in the know and use Jay's Southland Tow.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel. Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Save big during Labor Day at Lowe's. Get up to 40% off select major appliances. Plus, buy more to get up to an additional 20% off. Shop even more savings with 3 Stay Green 1 cubic foot vegetable and flower garden soil bags for $10. This Labor Day, take care of your home for less at Lowe's. We help, you save. Valid through 9/3. Soil offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Selection varies by location. Select locations only. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details.
Chiefs coverage is sponsored by Missouri Air National Guard St. Joseph, serving your community your way. Serve your country and build a brighter future with the Missouri Air National Guard. Top-notch training, tuition assistance, and bonuses up to $50,000. Missouri Air National Guard St. Joseph. Aim high. Find your path today. Go to ang.com/MO.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. What's trending?
What's trending here on a Monday afternoon? Happy Labor Day to you all here on 96.5 The Fan. You're listening to Cody and Gold, but hey, I ain't Gold or Cody. Neither is Drew Nixon. I'm Mac Morey. JT Noah is not Drew Nixon because Drew Nixon is right here. Oh my gosh, wait, there's so many Drew Nixons happening. What's going on? We're here with you for 27 more minutes. Yeah, we have enough Drew Nixon, trust me.
There would be way too much stuttering going on if there was 2 Drews. All right?
No.
Way too much going on.
We have enough of you happening today with your Mike Pennell excitement and your college football superiority. Right. We're going to talk what's trending because that's what we're doing right now. Chiefs are trending, right? Chiefs game, baby. Yeah. Chiefs weeks, it's happening. It's time.
Yeah. It's finally here. We waited so long. I'm
so excited.
I know that
I'm so excited.
I know as much as I love college football and we joke that I think it's better and everything, it feels so good to be able to have a full slate this weekend.
Yes.
It's not just 2 college games on Like, it is a full college football Saturday and a full NFL Sunday.
And because it's the first week, got Thursday, got Friday.
And Friday.
And 2 games on Monday.
It's a repeat of this past week with college, but it's more games spread out over the course of the entire thing. It's amazing.
It's exciting. It's exciting. Also trending Royals. Some news with the Royals today. Cags and Carter Jensen are back. Carter Jensen is an actual call-up, whereas Caglione's more of an injury designation. He's healthy. He's going to be back on. So it's not really an addition. Yeah. Exactly, yeah. So good news for the Royals. And, of course, we did get the news earlier from JT that
Jonathan India is going to the 10-day, right?
10-day IL, right?
It was 10-day, right, JT?
10 days?
10 days?
10 days. Yeah, 10 days for India. So he is on the 10-day IL is Jonathan India. We discussed that a little bit disappointing just as far as the season outlook for him, not really what we wanted it to be. But this team still in the hunt, 3 games back. They do start a 3-game homestand series against the Angels, a continuation, I should say, of what is a 9-game homestand. They'll have the Angels starting off tomorrow in a 3-game series.
Number 3 on What's Trending, Mike Pennell, former Chief, is a Cincinnati Bengal. He decided to sign with them. There's no particular reason that's being brought up in the show today, but yeah. Also, today happens to be Cody Tapp's birthday.
Woo! September 1st, Kansas will launch sports betting.
That's my birthday.
Hey, it's so good.
It's his birthday.
It's so good. That drop is amazing. So happy birthday to Cody Tapp. He'll be back tomorrow. Is he?
September 1st, Kansas will launch sports betting.
That's my birthday.
I wonder what he's doing today. I should text him and be like, so what are you doing for your birthday?
I wonder if he's chanting, that's my birthday.
That's my birthday. That's what it should be.
I think is he 41 or did he just turn 40? I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm not going to suggest.
He's on the 40 mark, though. You know he's Pat. You're not getting ahead of your skis on this one?
No.
Okay.
I think.
Well, we'll know tomorrow.
All right.
I'm sure he'll tell us. Don't worry.
I'm sure the text.
He's going to have a song.
Oh, gosh.
I wonder if he has a Brazil song ready.
I think we did actually. There's a bit of a rivalry with the song stuff. I don't think Bob doesn't like Cody's songs.
Oh, no. Bob is not a fan. That's okay. Of Cody's songs.
I don't think Cody's a fan of Bob's songs either.
Yeah, I don't think so.
And Bill Belichick, to wrap things up on one
Yes.
Bill Belichick's coaching career in college starts tonight.
It's 2 day. Yeah, I'm excited, bro.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Josh Hoover, Gio Lopez. You might be like, who the heck? Those are the quarterbacks.
Never
for both
heard
teams.
of him. Yeah, okay, yeah. Gio Lopez transferred from
South Alabama.
Okay.
And Josh Hoover's been at TCU. TCU's got a really good roster.
And stars are coming out
I was saying it's a
come on,
who's who
man.
attending.
Michael Jordan, Mia Hamm, Lawrence Taylor, Julius Peppers, Eric Church, Chase Rice, and Blake Snell.
Blake Snell coming along. Eric Church is, dude, that's great. Eric Church is awesome.
There might not be many more North Carolina, bigger North Carolina fans than him.
Yeah,
than Eric Church.
I can't wait to see how Bill Belichick handles the college kids. And also, it's kind of, I know he had Cam Newton his last year as a head coach at New England, but I'm intrigued to see how he uses a mobile quarterback in his offense.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see this game tonight. Of course, we're wrapping up what's been a very fun college football schedule and is, again, just it's kickstarting us into
exactly right into the week, baby. Right into
September and what's going to be a fun week.
Right into the ass kicking that'll take place on Thursday to open up the NFL season. Eagles Cowboys.
How many points do the Cowboys give up without Micah Parsons?
So their defense was already going to be bad, and now it is going to be arguably the worst defense in the NFL.
Dude, I'll be honest.
Behind, in front of the Bengals, though, they will not be worse than the Bengals.
It's fair.
I disagree.
That's actually it's going to be close, dude. Well, that is a great point. Is the Cowboys are Kirkland brand Bengals? They're the NFC Bengals. They're the Kirkland Bengals.
I wish they played each other.
It'd be great.
100 points.
Exactly.
They played last year, and the Bengals beat them with Micah Parsons and that defense.
Was it the Simpsons game for the ESPN?
Yeah, was that the Simpsons game? The Bengals were, but I can't remember who they were playing. But I remember that. Yeah, that was.
In fairness, the Cowboys had Cooper Rush, but
no, it's all offense. It's no defense. That's what it's going to be for the Cowboys and both the Bengals this year. But the Cowboys, I mean, man, I don't know if they. It'll be 30 to something. At least 30 points when the Eagles are getting scored. At least 30.
They got Kenny Clark, though.
Hey, guys, Kenny Clark.
They were so happy they got Kenny Clark, just like he's so happy they got Mike Pennell.
Dude, there is nobody that was more excited than my brother for that. So we were driving.
For Mike Pennell. Oh, for Kenny Clark. Yes.
So I land. So my brother's a huge Packers fan.
Gosh.
And I landed in Chicago. He picked me up, and as we were driving, like five minutes in, Zach, breaking news: Micah Parsons to the Packers. He let's go. He's driving, like, let go of the steering wheel.
He's like convulsing. His eyes are vibrating.
He was like, what did we give up? That was the first question. I was like, I don't know yet. And then I was like, it's two first round picks, which you would assume are going to be late picks. And the Kenny Clark goes, I'm a little concerned about Kenny Clark, but dude, Micah Parsons in his prime, he was like, how much are they paying him? And he was like, are they extending him? I said, yeah, 4 years, $180 million, which is a $47 million. Dude, Trey Hendrickson is a happy man.
Yeah, he should be.
Whoever else is an edge rusher that is going to get paid soon should be very, very, very happy.
I would have done that.
Which, again, I will say this. If George Karlaftis has 13 sacks this year, it's the biggest steal of the offseason.
I think it
already... If he actually gets to that, because I think we're still waiting on... And I don't know if you want to... I know we're going to talk about Josh Simmons a little bit too, but if you want to...
No, we can. Yeah, let's get into...
I know you want to get into Corso. I'm sorry, but...
No. I wanted to do Chiefs first.
If you want to do that real quick. One of the things, and I'm not saying that the contract is bad. The contract is great. But I think they would have been better off just letting him play out the last year of his rookie deal, paying Trent McDuffie if they paid anybody to get him locked in. And then if you needed to, just see how George plays, and then you franchise him, and you just deal with it from there. Because I think the franchise tag number next year is like $27 million, which is technically that's more than what that's more than what they're paying George now. So in fairness, it makes sense that they got it done now.
It's a little bit more of a moot point, but I understand what you're saying.
The fact that they paid him, though, it feels like we need to see him get better. Where this is the thing. That I don't think we're going to know until Chris Jones is gone, whenever that is, after this year, next year, whatever. We're not going to know how good George Karlaftis is, though, without Chris Jones. Let's say Chris Jones is like, you know what? I actually want that $40 million, and I'm not willing to renegotiate. He ain't playing for the Chiefs next year. If he wants that $47 or that $40 million cap hit or whatever that is, he ain't playing here next year. Then what is George Karlaftis like when he doesn't have Chris Jones? Because when he has Chris Jones, he's a good edge rusher. He's not great, though. Like, I wouldn't put him in that Max Crosby.
No, he's tier 3. He's probably tier 2, tier 3. Yeah.
Now that they've paid him, I wonder if we're going to start as Chris Jones ages and George Karlaftis, I think, especially because Chris Jones is there, I think he needs to have that double-digit sack season again, where we're like, yes, it was worth the contract. Where if he has 7.5 sacks this year, I think it's people are going to have a hard time wrestling with. I mean, they probably should have paid him to keep him here, but also, is it worth what they paid him, knowing now they got to also generate money for McDuffie after paying Trey Smith? Like, it felt like George Karlaftis, I thought, was the last domino to fall, where instead they paid him before Trent McDuffie. It just kind of made things a little bit out of whack, and Trent McDuffie's a better player in terms of pound for pound at their position than George Karlaftis is, which is why I thought they would just pay McDuffie.
But the deal that they got on Karlaftis, this could be.
I don't know if it's a good deal yet. I don't. It is on paper. It's a good deal, but if he goes out and has 6.5 sacks this year, I don't think it's a good deal. I think you could have drafted somebody and had him just replace him.
Context matters in these things. I think we're going to talk about Josh Simmons and the way you judge him as a player this week and throughout the whole season. And I think we'll have a similar conversation of we can't just go off of sack numbers. Can't just go off of these things, right? I think
that's fair.
I think we've got to look at pressures. I think we've got to look at his ability to run stop. Eye test matters too, but his run stopping ability, if he can slide inside, we've seen him slide inside a D tackle, his versatility along the line, all these things matter, right? Is he batting down balls? Like, right? There's lots of questions that I have, but other than, he just got 6.5 sacks.
But I think the evaluation of also is he has Chris Jones. Chris Jones helps alleviate.
No doubt.
It helps George. Like, that production is going to, it feels like, that's why I just question it from the standpoint of, can he carry the load when Chris Jones is gone?
I don't think he's that guy. I don't think they paid him to carry. I don't think they paid him to carry the load. In my opinion.
Yeah.
In my opinion, and I hope they didn't, because I agree with you. I don't think he is that guy. To your point, I don't think he is hey, I'm going to carry the load for this AFC contender defense on the line. I don't think that's him. I think he's a good pass rusher. I think he's a
solid. Good. Yeah.
I think he's an 8 to 12 sack guy.
It's a good season for him. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's Karlaftis. I think that's him. And I think if we get 13, like you said, 13.5. I mean, shoot. Matt McMillan said, what was his prediction? Damn it. He might have said a dozen. He said a dozen sacks or something. He had a pretty hot take.
Isn't that about what Max Crosby had last year? Was 13.5 or 14
was that
something like that?
You'd know better because you know the Trey Hendrickson numbers so well. So you've seen
Trey
the list.
Hendrickson is at 18.5.
Exactly. He was the big jump off. Off year for Crosby last year. Well, he missed games last year, so 7.5. But 2 years ago, 14.5. Okay. Then 12.5 in 2022.
The expectation for Crosby though is like 13.5, like 13, 14. I just wonder, because you paid him, you expect him to jump into that tier 2, or if it's okay,
he's not. Yeah. Well,
because he's paid money. Like, I forget. I looked it up. He's getting paid in that range of guys who are 12 or 13 sack, like 10 to 13 sack guys. Like he's on the higher end of that 8 to 12 range. Like he's getting paid. I think like he's supposed to be getting double-digit sacks year in and year out, I guess, is really where you want to put it. Like if he got 10 sacks a year over the course of the contract, that's a good deal. But if he has 1 year of 13.5, another year of 9.5, and 2 of like 7 or 7.5, then it's like I don't know. And I know that's a nitpick. It feels very nitpicky of me to do that, but
that's the way this works though with the box score watching. I'm not just saying that for you, but this position specifically
with sacks,
gets a magnifying glass on one number, and if you don't reach that whatever X number is, of course. It's going to be, but yes, there's more to it. He's, to your point, 13th highest paid just as far as total value is concerned for edge rusher contracts. He's $22 million a year for average year, but to my point here, that contract money doesn't really start to kick in for 2 years. When that money in the contract kicks in, by that time, there will be way more guys ahead of him on this list in 2 years. And the money that he's getting will look so much like, yes, right. You're right. Right now it is tier 2 money. By the time he's getting that said tier 2 money, it'll be tier 3.
The cap's hitting. I got
It'll be tier 3. So that's why I think it's a great deal no matter what. But you're right. Like, how great of a deal is it? If he's a 10 he's a double-digit sack guy every year, it's
obviously
it's the best deal.
Yeah,
maybe it's one of the best
deal
deals in the league. It's one of the best deals in the league. But you're right, that is a question mark. Just like Josh Simmons, big question mark, biggest talking point of the season going into this year. Where are you at with Josh Simmons? Similar to Karlaftis, like how do you judge him?
I mean, I think we're just going to kind of have to see, I guess, is the way that I look at it. And like we talked about earlier, the way that you look and you evaluate, or you compartmentalize with what's a good tackle, what's not. Like I go to, like I'll wait till Mitchell Schwartz or Baldinger or Jeff Schwartz say something about it to really be like, okay, I trust their opinion. This makes sense because they played the position. They get it better than any of us do, certainly. But I think he's, knowing that he would have probably been the top tackle taken, I can understand your position of he's going to be a top 10 tackle right away. Like
right away, baby. Top 10. That's the take.
I can understand why you're drinking the Kool-Aid to say that. Like I think over the course of a year, if we get what we've seen in the preseason, I think the consensus will be he's a top 10 tackle in the league probably by year's end. Obviously, it's an upgrade. I view it as that mainly. Number one for the Chiefs is, look, they needed to upgrade the position. They upgraded the position.
Yep.
Because I've always been in the part of, even with bad offensive line play, like we've seen Joe Burrow do it. Patrick Mahomes is no different. If Patrick, like I understand that Kingsley had issues and Wani had issues. If they had a full wide receiver complement core, I think Patrick Mahomes would have been totally fine.
I think it would have been much better.
Even amidst the offensive line issues. It would have been a problem, yes, but it would have been a problem in a different way. If he's not able to produce, it would have just been, you got to protect him and he's getting hit too much. I think with the combination of the offensive line and the wide receiver room being the way that it is, Patrick Mahomes should be back to, not necessarily claiming he's going to have 5,000 yards, but he should be back to that level of play where he's asserting himself again as the best quarterback in the league, and part of that reason is because of Josh Simmons.
So where are you at then with Kelce? I'm just hitting all the big points.
He is, one of the things that amazes me about him, even last year, and
this is a big controversy.
And watching him play is I don't know how I don't know how he does it. I was trying to pull off the Mr. Incredibles. I don't know how he does it.
Oh yeah,
Bernie.
Yeah. Coincidence? I think not.
I don't know how he does it. When Travis Kelce catches the ball, and even in out of shape Kelce last year, he catches the ball and he does a little twirl thing.
Didn't work as much last year, but yes,
it didn't work as much last year. But he's still throwing linebackers off who are like 25. He doesn't have the burst, but he still is shifty and is like creative enough to be able to make things work. Where now you pair that with what he, in terms of just sizing down physically, it's not as much as Luka Doncic in terms of that difference, but think of it as he's a little bit older version of what Luka's doing, where Luka lost a ton of weight and he's going to be probably significantly better. He's going to be back to where he was when he was 16, 17, 18. Travis Kelce is older. He's slimmed down, but thinking, okay, how old is Travis? 35?
35.
He's going to be, I think, more like 31, 32-year-old Travis Kelce
I
in
agree.
terms of like the physical fitness of it, where he's creative enough. You add all of that and what he does from a mental perspective and a route running perspective to, hey, he's got a little bit of a second gear now.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I think he might not get the yards or the receptions like Bink wants him to pass Larry Fitzgerald, but in terms of the value at the receptions that he gets, he's going to be as valuable as he's been in the last 5 years, I would say, just from a playmaking perspective, I think.
From a playmaking perspective.
Stat-wise, I don't expect him.
Because 2022,
I think Rasheed and Xavier Worthy are both going to have more receiving yards than him.
I'm okay. Yeah.
I think Travis Kelce, a good season for Travis Kelce in my mind is anywhere from 650 to 750 and 6 or 7 touchdowns. I think that's a really good season.
I think Xavier should have 1,000 yards at least, probably over 1,000 yards. And I think Rashee Rice should.
I think Rasheed's going to get to 1,000 by the time he gets back. I think
11 games. I think he could. It's 90 a game.
And I don't know, man. The way they were using him in the preseason, he might push 1,000. Rasheed, by the time he gets back.
You're not wrong. He'll be close. And I think that'll be more than Travis. I mean, let's say I think Travis, the over-under, it's low. It's 675, I think, and a half.
I would take the over.
I think I would too, but it's close.
I think it's tight.
But to your point, he's going to look so much different this season. That's where I'm at.
He doesn't have to get relied on. Like early on in the season, to your point earlier in the show, they're going to rely on him a little bit more. Just because it's, they don't have Rasheed, but
And he's going
to be a very convenient weapon to have. And Rasheed and Xavier Worthy are also going to love in Hollywood are going to love having Travis there when it's the full complement of receivers. They're going to play off of each other. I mean, I know that I think Danon said he needs to see it from this room, but I think the wide receiver room as a whole could be as good as Mahomes has ever had as a quarterback. Like, I know they had Tyreek Hill, but from top to bottom, this is as good of a room, I think, as he has ever had. And
I agree.
And it could show itself in a big way this season. And if it doesn't, I'd be really disappointed. If everybody stays healthy, I think that, and they don't perform to the level of what they're talking, like they're even talking about it. Xavier Worthy's talking about playmaking. Rasheed Rice is talking about lighting up teams and putting up the fireworks.
Yes.
I think with all this talk, they are in for a really, really big season. It just makes sense with everything pointing in that direction.
And that's part of the reason that if they don't do that and come out explosive, scoring points, beating teams by 2 scores that they should beat teams by, Giants week 3, Jags week 5, things like that, I'm not going to hear it for the excuses. You got to go out and throw the long ball, and I think they will. And I think it starts.
I think it happens
this Friday, baby.
In Brazil?
Xavier Worthy's going to get one of them 50-plus yarders.
What do you say, Drew?
Xavier's going to get one of those 50-plus yarders I was talking about.
Yep, you said what? At least 3 this year, right?
3 of them
3
things.
50-yard touchdowns or catches, right? I mean, it'll probably be a touchdown because he's going to be gone.
I did say touchdowns.
He's going to be gone.
Tutties.
3 50-yard touchdowns.
Tud.
I said it.
I did not pull an Alex Gold. T-U-D-D.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Tutties.
Well, hey, good luck to you two on Wednesday night. I hope you pick the worst players.
Good luck to
you two as well in our 20-man fantasy football league. I'm so sure. Ridiculous.
Just because you said that.
Wow.
No, Ema.
That was gross for me saying that. I'm sorry. Go Badgers. On Wisconsin.
Go Vols. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us. Drew Nixon.
See you later.
JT Noah and Mac Morey. It was awesome, man. And for Cody and Gold, you got Chris Unasera and Binkster, the Jay Binkley man. And for Carrington and Rob in the drive for the next 4 hours till 6. Thanks for tuning in to 96.5 The Fan, your home for Chiefs football.
This is Cody and Gold on your home for Kansas City sports.